Hello and welcome to the Arcade Hangout episode number
100!
Griffin, do you have a rip in your
sorry,
armpit?
was that the wrong one?
Oh, fuck that, I have to go to bed now. I'm done. Sorry, that was everything I've got. Do I have a...
Gak's computer just
It looked like your right armpit.
Look!
You
Oh,
just tore that open.
Oh, you can put it
you
in
like
some
that?
skin.
Are you a little aroused by that?
Do I make you
I have
horny?
nothing
little
on under
skin.
my sweater. Sorry. Let's start
You've just
again.
been working out so much that you split your shirt. Armpit.
Woo!
Now the sleeve's just falling off. He just
Right.
exposed a little pit.
That was for the ladies.
Griffin Pit.
She's on here.
Who wants to tickle Griffin's hole?
Anyone?
gosh.
Anyone? Anyone?
I'll pass.
Please, anyone?
We're gonna
Save some for later.
Save it for San Diego.
Augustus, save
Nat.
some room for later.
Yes, bring
Save
all
some
your
room
horn people to San Diego for review.
All right. Well, we are an arcade not podcast, and we like to meet once a week to chat about our hobby of arcade collecting. And we're going to go around the room, get everybody to. We actually got a bunch of stuff planned for tonight. We got some stuff that we had thought of last week in our question. We've got some fan reviews. Fan people have questions. We got a bunch of stuff going on here. So,
What the hell?
what is someone's falling over something?
What the heck?
Was there a hurricane?
One of Carrie's dogs is Carrie's dogs is a big slate. I think that's what's happening right now.
Yeah, with actual barking in the background.
That's not a dog.
So let's just start off. Let's go over tonight's question, and we'll get that done out of the way. I think a lot of us might have the same answer for that question. And the question, just to remind you if you've forgotten about it, is what is your favorite episode or moment on this show so far? So I don't know. Anybody want to go first? Anybody want to take a stab at it? If you know, I can go.
You
I'll go.
Brad.
I don't know.
Yeah, I've got one.
Okay, let's go, Joel. Go for it.
My favorite moment from the shows that I've been on was upside down, drunk, Gleek, passed out. That was without a doubt.
That was a good one. I forgot about that one.
I missed that episode.
Yeah, he was so friggin' gone that he was literally falling asleep in his chair. Well, there's that, and then there's Gleek's hairy ass. I mean, Gleek just comes up with so many classic moments.
And then there was
Kills.
And then there was
The
Gleek in
inaugural
my
Gleek.
garage as well, which was also a fun time.
the inaugural Gleek was him naked.
Yeah, I mean, he's a non-stop source of endless comedy, that guy. But
I forgot
yeah,
about the upside down Gleek though. That was a good one.
so shit-faced that he was basically falling asleep upright in his chair, and then at some point his camera flipped, and he was just like back Gleek, drunk back Gleek. That was my favorite.
I think he had gone to his beer club earlier that night or something.
He showed up
Yeah.
fucking hammered.
Dude,
Yeah.
where is he tonight as well? I'm very
They
disappointed.
had like secret handshakes in that club too. Yeah.
He's probably trying to score something under a bridge somewhere, if we know Gleek.
And we do.
And we know Gleek.
Even his butt crack.
Yes, yeah, we know him a little too well.
Yeah.
And I obviously doesn't subscribe to a Dollar Shave Club, so. So yep, that was my favorite moment of the show. I'm gonna hand this off to Carrie.
Ooh. I'm torn. I have a tie. The first episode I was ever on was just so memorable because I was so nervous, and I kind of my entry into it where I had picked up things in the chat and totally embarrassed myself and then got on the episode. Yeah. I believe
The rest is history.
Yeah, exactly. The rest is history. Now you're stuck with me. For those of you who weren't around for that episode, I was in the chat, I think, and we were talking, and of course I was talking about Defender, and meant to say, I have mad love for Defender, and instead I wrote, I have made love for Defender. I was probably told that I overpaid.
Hey, you do what you got to do to get them cabs, you know?
Right, exactly. So,
discounts.
so I started out already nervous and embarrassed, and yeah, it's only.
We knew you were
it's only
dedicated at that
continued
point.
to be nervous. Yeah.
We knew you were dedicated.
Yeah, exactly. So that was that one, and my other favorite moment is when I did my iRobot reveal, and Andrew did his backwards swan dive, wiping out.
Oh yeah, that was great.
That whole episode was so much fun. That was just a blast. That whole night was just a blast. So yes, those two. I can't choose between the two of them. So I shall pass it. Hey, I'll speak since I was just talking about the swan dive. I'll pass it to Andrew.
I don't have an answer.
What?
It's all
Who is
been
that?
so wonderful.
Who
No,
is
I-
that?
Yeah.
Is that Sam?
Shit. I don't have a good answer.
Well, should we come back to you?
Yeah, well, because I was hoping you guys would like spark my memory about
All
stuff.
right, I'll come back to you.
Yeah, come back to me. Brad said he had one ready to go. Let's do Brad.
Yeah, mine was definitely Dan's tour.
Oh, that
I've never
Yeah,
played
Dan's
Halloween
tour-
music during one.
was really good.
Dan's tour was pretty awesome, especially the cookies.
Oh God, I forgot about that. Yeah.
I've never had my jaw drop more in a.
We were just silent almost, right?
It was like watching the Blair Witch Project all over again.
Yeah.
We were typing like crazy. I think it was
Flashlight.
the back
That
channel
may have
was
been
going.
the
Yeah.
show too, because we all wanted to talk about it so quickly after it was done. It was like, end the show, end it. I want to talk.
That was definitely some good times.
Yeah.
All right, so I will. Anybody else want to volunteer? Anybody got one?
You
Yeah,
can
I've got
pass it
one.
to someone.
I've got two, kind of.
Okay, let's go, Mock.
All right.
So one of them is when actually you, Orange, when you came over, and it was just cool to have someone from the show actually coming over and doing the show. I thought that was kind of a surreal, cool moment, and you got
it
to
was fun.
have my wife's cooking, and and your wife and kid were over for a little bit, and that was just fun. And then Keith came over as well that same night, and then it was the three of us. That was fun. And then that was the same night that John Jacobson came on our show and berated us.
Oh,
And,
God, that was
And I don't think
it's
anybody
just
could
like
hear us talking either.
No, nobody could hear us because I had a shitty. I think I had the mic that was on the camera or something. It was real shitty.
Yeah, like on your laptop or something, maybe.
Yeah, I didn't upgrade to better equipment yet. So, but no, that was just a fun episode that I always remember. I thought that was a fun time.
Yeah, that was a fun time.
And my other one, this is like kind of like on the fence about, was my reveal of Medieval Madness. I thought was really cool, just because I held that secret for almost a year, and Carrie was so good not saying anything, and I told her about it, and she was awesome, keeping quiet.
Hey, tell a defense attorney we're good at keeping secrets. Just saying.
Client confidentiality agreement.
Absolutely.
But I was so excited for it to get here, and I was like, I don't want to tell everybody, but I want to surprise them with it. So I had to wait. Wait until they were, building mine. But that was just a cool reveal, I thought. So anyway, those are my two that I really liked. So
Awesome.
anyway, let's see who is ready with theirs. We're still thinking.
I got one.
Okay, go for it. Take it away.
All right. So I'll be selfish and just say, I hadn't laughed that hard in a long time before that.
Oh, fuck, you
Oh,
took
God.
mine.
Before
damn
what?
it. Sorry.
The gag laugh.
Yeah. I didn't even have a webcam yet, but it was just, I don't know. Everybody was on a roll, like just cracking jokes, and and I just lost it, man. I was just in tears, crying, laughing.
Remember
so
what we
hard.
were talking about?
That's awesome.
Yeah, well, what it was is I'll piggyback on this because this one was
Yeah,
one
go
of
ahead.
mine. I think it was early on when we started inviting people onto the show. So I don't know if it was Jacob or who one of our first people that we really just destroyed. Like they came on late and we could not like the jokes were just flying. They were just absolutely nonstop. I had my sounds going. They couldn't get a word in. And Carrie that was the first time that she's like, "Let the poor person speak." And like shit was just no. It was great.
Was it a guy from down in Texas?
No, he was like
Was it Chance?
no, for the southerner guy.
no.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a guy in Texas, I thought.
Was his name Martin? I can't remember now. He's pretty active on
We haven't
KLV.
seen him again here.
Yeah, I know.
I had to figure out what episode that was because I mean I pulled that soundbite. I should know. I can't remember.
I think
what
he-
It was the same- he took us on a tour of another arcade, didn't he? Some guy had like
Oh,
floors
yeah.
of games.
Oh, that's right.
It was the same guy.
Yeah.
I think he's
It's,
from
You sure that was
the link's in the chat.
he's from Sultan's area, I think.
Okay.
Oh, you got a link in our chat here, Seabart?
Yeah.
He knew it. Jeez.
Nicely done.
No, I was going to be mine, so I pulled the time and clip off of YouTube there.
Oh, okay.
And we wonder why we don't have guests anymore.
Well, and the funny part is, I think after I
Donkey Kong?
yeah, I made a plea to let him
All right,
speak.
it's back on.
Better keep it hidden.
Look how young we all look.
I know.
What's happening?
Yeah.
I feel
didn't
like
see
I'm in
anything.
Inception.
You're the only
right
one
now.
that's watching this, Brad.
Yeah, we didn't see that.
Seabart put a. No, I forgot I can't share audio through the browser. So, but if you look at Seabart's link in the chat,
Oh,
Yeah.
internet is hard.
But yeah, Gak, that's a
Oh,
good
it was Mike Martin. He's in the chat right now on YouTube. Mike Martin. Oh my God.
He survived. He lives.
Yay.
Yes, listen. Awesome.
And Mike, where are you from? Where are you from, Mike? I'm gonna say Texas somewhere, like Fort Worth or
I want to say
something.
like Louisiana or something, maybe more east.
South Carolina.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's saying South
Well,
Carolina.
that was episode 26.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, it was his gamer meeting.
Babies.
We were so young. That was posted
Yeah.
January 11, 2016.
Aww.
Only had one
Aww.
Oh, yeah,
Almost 2 years ago.
Almost 2 years ago.
Jinx.
And I feel like that was probably early on for me too. I don't think I was on
Oh, Mark was in the
the
room
first handful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
back when Mark was on the show.
Before he left us for another show.
He left us for the other
Yeah,
show.
For the other show. Which shall remain nameless so we don't give them free
Greener
advertising.
pastures.
Yeah, exactly.
He left our conversation to go to a show.
Yeah, there you
This is
go.
No show. Yeah, that was a good one. I was laughing my ass off too. I'm like, we were on a roll.
Right.
Yeah, Carrie, let the poor man speak.
Wow.
This was awesome.
Because I mean, I feel like that's what it's about. We all just want to have fun and laugh and have a good time. That's what the Hangout is to me. So
It's just a crux. I mean, the arcade stuff. Yeah. Which is why it's about 4% of the show. Or the show.
Oh shit! I was just listening to the audio of the fucking show. Jesus Christ!
And that was way
that's awesome.
before.
Don't ever do that.
Hungover days.
Yeah.
That was,
Yeah.
Think about that. Think about that. That was pre Never Too Hungover, and we were still drinking. This, I mean,
Right, and that
more
was
than
a
ever.
that was a 4-hour and 40-minute show.
Oh,
So
fuck.
Mike Martin
yeah.
said
That was a
we've
rough-
been a
I
listener
guarantee you.
since the beginning.
I guarantee you that Wednesday, the next day, I called in sick.
As we get older and older, the show is just going to get shorter and shorter. It's like 5 minutes. And we're like, fuck it. I don't know what.
My
you know.
camera's going to be in the bathroom.
That's why Joel's like, start.
So I'm sitting on the
I'll
toilet.
stay on for 15 minutes.
All right, who's next? Who's passing? Who was talking? What's happening?
I'm piggybacked off. Gag. Let's see. Well, there was.
Gag's frozen again. I think his computer's taking the shit.
Ruh-roh.
That would be Joel's live stream. Or sorry, Griffin's live stream is pretty good.
My log stream?
Live stream.
Oh, the live
you're
stream.
You're pissing with the headset on.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's great. That was a great one.
Nobody loved Helicopter Jesus.
I almost said that one, but
remember?
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say.
There we go.
Puppet in his classic "Why can't you grow an ass" when he's talking about his girlfriend. I remember laughing about that one pretty hard. Actually, me and Andrew were. I'm like, I need that soundbite. Anything that I've grabbed a soundbite from was definitely worthy of top moments.
I think my urinating stream was
that was really early.
On the show.
It was. I'm pretty.
Yeah,
sure.
it was one of your first times for sure.
Yeah, that headset worked really well. It all the way.
Did we lose
I specifically remember that the first episode you were on because I remember I was just getting into my flow with the soundboard, like I was,
so to speak. Exactly, no pun intended.
Me too, brother. Me too.
Yeah.
And I remember Joel. I remember you saying because I kept interjecting sounds when you were talking. You're like, man, you just have a sound for everything, don't you? Sorry about that.
We're working on it.
Yeah. Boy, yeah.
Whatever.
You gotta play the soundbite for my title.
Oh, nice.
So I was thinking for the next 100 shows moving forward, if we could get a Batphone like they used to have in the Wayne Mansion, and it was like it still rang like a bell phone type of thing, but of course it didn't have a dialer on it because it was the Batphone. You didn't need to dial out; the calls only ever came in.
Goes straight to 911.
I think if Brad had one of those, do you have phones in Canada, Brad?
No, they don't exist here at all.
Not yet.
Well, we have the ones, but you got to spin the little thing on the wall, you know.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm thinking. Like something.
Well, I have house number 16, please.
Yeah. And people could call in, you know, and ask us questions and tap into our extensive knowledge of life, you know, arcade games, dog squeaky toys, that kind of stuff. Anything they want to know about.
AA meetings.
The Booze Hounds return.
There we go.
Well, and definitely as well, we could have like a sort of a sexy time line where you can call in with your marital issues and stuff. Yeah.
You know who's going to call in every single time we have that would be Dave from Buffalo because he calls in every other show.
Right.
Actually, Dave called me today.
That was another classic minute. I don't know if it was pre-show. Yeah. I think it was pre-show, but Dave from Buffalo was logged in on his phone. Remember? Like he was using it to stream, and then he didn't turn it off to stream, and he went outside to talk to his buddy on the phone, and he was talking about how the other guy smelled.
That's great.
That was great.
I actually, he
was talking for like 40 minutes, I think.
Yeah,
I miss Dave having his laptop or phone or whatever outside and taking a leak on his lawn. Like,
he had it perched on his daughter's. He had it perched on his daughter's Power Wheels, I think. He said he had it on his daughter's.
That's how you get that real thick, lush green grass. You know,
he'd see like on his porch or something, drinking his Bud Light. He's like, "Hang on, I gotta go pee," and it's clearly he was right on the lawn.
Yeah.
Speaking of the devil, he's listening to us, but he's not quite in frame yet.
There he comes.
He's getting ready. He's getting ready.
There he is.
He's one of like 10 people that actually calls me. That actually,
you can tell.
Calls, no texting.
I know. I don't even call.
I'm like, oh shit, it's Dave.
Dave's ears are burning right now.
All right, Dave, you got to recreate.
He leaves the best voicemails too. One time he left me a voicemail and it was pick up the phone when I call you.
What's the point?
Yeah, he called me today too, and I didn't get to it.
You might as well just pull.
It's always like right in like I'm either working on something or I'm in a meeting or like today I was getting my hair cut and I think, oh shit, who called me? Dave. Oh,
All right, I'll stop calling you. I'll leave you alone.
No, you're like one of 5 people.
Mike
Martin says, "What about the time you went through the drive-through?"
Yeah.
What about the time you went through the drive-through? Who?
Or he was at a casino as well at one time.
Oh yeah. One
Hey, by the way,
time.
did you figure that out?
Like half of them.
A few times. Never filming from his squad car.
Yeah.
Didn't pizza get delivered one time where we're on?
Yes.
And he ate the
I
whole.
think Dave. That's what you should do. You should just stream from using the squad cam and just stand out in front of the car.
Your body cam.
You know, the other couple 2 weeks ago at work, I get a call at like 12:30. The midnight guys are. I don't know if you remember my big friend, the big guy
Yes.
Tim.
You guys had a pizza off.
Yeah, he works midnights,
That's a
and they're
good
all
moment.
talking about it, and they were trying to figure out like what was the name of that thing you do, and I'm like, oh no,
Yeah.
oh no, because they're all looking at it on, and it was funny because the one they looked up was one where I burped right at the beginning, so it was great.
Those are good ones too. I remember Seabart had the show going like at work at his restaurant or whatever too, like on the screen or something.
Theater,
Remember
yeah,
one
yeah,
time?
TV or something.
You're talking about like the wenches that were there.
Oh yeah.
No,
That was when I was showing off my tattoo.
Yes.
I just got my tattoo.
that's when I worked at the Scuzzy Dive Bar.
Hmm.
Yes, and one of the ladies wanted your number. I went, no.
Thank you. I
No,
think.
don't worry. I gave her Jenny's number. 8675309.
Yeah, Jenny was a friend of mine.
Nice. Well, who can I turn to? Lyrics, anyone?
No.
Nice.
All right.
I don't know
Well,
there.
that killed that moment. All right. So, no. Dave, did you ever get that fixed? Did you check out?
I called. I ended up selling my NBA Jam to my friend who owns a bar. He was thinking about having a barcade. He's already got a Super Mario in there, a Simpsons, and an operator's got an Addams Family Pinball and a couple multi-cades, dartboards. They got a decent amount of games, and he's real into it. So when I got the NBA Jam, he's like, "You got that?" So he was on me about buying it. I made a little money on it, and I'm like, you know what? You can have it. It's at my storage unit, and it's too big for my basement right now. That's fine. I can still play it. So I only turned it on like once, and then once when he came to look at it, like we put the storage unit, I got a generator, plugged it in, and then it worked. So we put it in the bar, and then the next day I go to the bar with my friend to check it out. The screen's all scrambled. I go, "Fuck, let's get out of here. I don't want to see
Oh
them."
shit.
But it ends up. So I was there last night and it's working. But he's like, "Oh yeah, I just turned it on and off and it was fine. It was working again." But a lot of the buttons were like the second player button wasn't starting, and the one pass wasn't. And so I called Jim today about the micro switches. And what's that noise? Anybody know?
Excuse me, Andrew.
I think it's Carrie's dog.
That sounds like a dog.
Muting me for.
Yeah, he makes kind of Chewbacca noises. He's a border collie. He's not well in the head.
Could be mock masturbating. Could be anything. You know.
Oh God! But
I do it.
So I
quiet,
texted him
so
today.
I don't get caught.
oh,
That's what the arcade's for.
And the locks.
yeah, that's what I heard. But I texted him and he tried the micro switch thing and it was just the switches, so he's pumped.
Nice, yeah.
Those are some of the
easy to
switches
switch
with
out.
that. Yeah,
Just
he's like,
switch out. Get it? I made a
Waka
pun.
waka waka.
Oh, I wasn't. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, so I sent him a link to Arcade Shop. They're $1. Like if you want to get new ones or whatever, knock yourself out.
Yeah, I usually pull them from like old joysticks and shit. But yeah, they're all over. Yeah, they're pretty easy.
But he was still happy with the purchase. He was like, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I told him, I go, if you want to sell it, whatever, I'll just offer me first chance to buy it back if you do sell it. And he was stoked.
Yeah, that's a great game for a bar. Everyone, like 90s kids and stuff. Oh God, they'll flock to that thing.
Yeah, no one's seen it forever. Like
Any
out
of those
in the field.
player games. Yeah. That's a big ass can, Mock. Jesus.
What this?
A can. Fucking can.
Yeah, man, this shit's the bomb, man.
She's a squirter.
You drinking a King Cobra?
No, Mission Brewery.
Sorry.
King Cobra. I actually had one
One
of
took
those.
a sucker Mock is starting his downward spiral for the IPA.
Somebody.
The robot
guard
returns.
time.
It's the
Yeah,
robot.
my camera won't work either.
The robot.
That's actually almost appropriate for the 100th episode for you to return to your. Mark, I have to say, I absolutely hate Mission Brewery's root beer. It's like, oh.
Is that gross?
Oh, that's
Yes,
a
it's
super
so
squeaker
gross.
toy, isn't it?
Yes, that's.
Dude, I mean,
It's the
that's the
loudest
word root in the
squeaky
name.
toy ever.
Why would you ever want to like have a big gold root in your mouth?
There it is.
Yeah.
It's no longer a pig. That'll do, pig.
Is it better now?
Yeah,
Already.
your
Yeah.
dogs are very
Yeah,
frustrated.
you're better now.
We're very peaceful.
El Conquistador. That shit's good.
Oh, you're
I highly recommend it.
Hey, I never heard how your mac and cheese.
El Conquistador.
Conquistador.
Get it?
Oh, the mac and cheese. came
Anybody
out
want
awesome.
any tequila?
Creeps at your door.
She's just like.
I almost sold all the mac and cheese. People love
Wow.
Oh wow! Nice.
Wow.
Was your wife all pissed off, or are you like way outselling her, or what?
it. No, I made like $35. I didn't make that much.
No.
I sold it for $3.
Okay, but was that more or less than what she sold?
Can we?
No,
can we
each one of our bags is
Kickstarter?
$35. So
Can we have a Kickstarter to get Gag a microphone? Can we?
Dude,
I'll put in 10.
Yeah, I'll put
I
it
bought like a
down, too.
really
Oh, that's a good mic.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's your internet connections doing something to your.
No,
I don't know if it's a connection. It could
like,
be if it's USB, it could be the port. Remember?
Yeah, his
Well, yeah, but
USB is
look,
getting-
Yeah.
he's like a slideshow though. Like it looks like the net connection.
I'll send him a cap kit for it.
There you
Yeah.
go.
I won't know what to do
You won't know
with
how
it.
to install it.
Yeah.
Send
I heard
him a
if you
range
put-
extender for his router
I heard if you put tinfoil on your head, it helps.
Yeah.
in the shape of a Devo hat.
Yeah.
All right, so I have a shitty connection again. Is that what you're telling me?
It seems like
Yeah.
a connection issue.
All right, I'll try again.
We'll send you.
How
a
does
new-
your son play Xbox with that connection?
That's probably the problem. They're both
Wait,
playing
you're coming in.
PlayStation right now.
It's funny because this picture's really clear, but it's just really choppy.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's the bandwidth. It's the USB mic thing that's.
Well, but he's
so
freezing too. Do you think the
But his
mic-
videos, his video's freezing as well.
Yeah.
Really? What's
Maybe
temperature?
it's got a weak. It could. Well, I don't think it's camera. I really don't think it's his connection. My guess would be it's his.
I pay a shit ton for my
computer.
connection, and I just got a new router and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's not his internet connection.
Computer.
That's
Yeah, I have a
hardware.
shitty old computer. It's been limping along for probably 6 or 7 years now.
I win.
Yeah.
Ding.
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
I think
That's
it's
a culprit.
the,
Where's my bell?
Let's start a Kickstarter for Gak.
Yeah, all right.
We'll start a GoFundMe account for him.
yeah, let's do it.
All right.
I don't have good
Chicken
enough
bell
internet
ringer
on my computer.
See if we can raise enough money to buy him a new USB port.
Yeah.
Ring out. You're dead.
Brian suggests plugging your mic into a different USB port.
well, but he's using iPhone mics now, so it doesn't matter.
Oh,
Oh, he's got the Yeti mic.
Yeah, I have
Is that
my,
the blue-
my
Oh, so you're just using the
my
headphone.
iPhone mic headphone is plugged into my Yeti mic.
Try pushing the whole mic as far down the back of the head as possible.
Love chunk.
Yeah. Are you deep throating the Yeti Blue?
Yeah. Yeah,
I
you
think we
gotta
need
push
to-
it
Now,
right
there's
down the
a
back
moment
there.
too.
We need a new soundbite, Jim. We need demo.
But it's gotta tickle your tonsils.
Yeah, you gotta
Wait. What do we need?
We need the demo gato Mr. Roboto
lots
quote
of
from Sticks.
Yes.
Well, my computer keeps shutting off randomly too, so I think my computer's.
There we go.
I gotta wait for the right moment. Just right. Just right. Damn.
Are we done with moments? Who hasn't gone?
In here.
It got
Andrew hasn't gone yet.
Andrew's still thinking. Who else?
Buffett.
Hey, Andrew, who's your guest tonight?
That's my British brother.
He's meowing around in the background.
I was your British brother. What the fuck?
What's that?
I thought I was his British brother. What the you slut?
You're his British tickle monster.
Okay. I'll take that.
That's his brother by the same mother.
It is, yeah. No, so that he moved back from England like yesterday. So
England,
my brother.
Oh wow!
Oh, is he? Where is he? Very small. And anyone else?
Now being American, does all the girls like
Yes.
fall all over him just like they do for Joel here?
Yeah, it works exactly the same way. If you want to be a rock star, move to a different country and just speak like an American.
Yeah, just leave. Wherever you were born, just go somewhere else. That's the key.
They find it all very much a turn on.
Best advice ever.
Also, if you're blonde, go to like Thailand or somewhere like that. A buddy of mine, a buddy of mine that I grew up next to, he was blonde, like Mr. Gak there, the same kind of coloring going on, and he spent a lot of time in Thailand with his job. And he would be, he paused out for that one, and he would be like in a nightclub in a bar, and all of these gorgeous Thai women would come up and they would just want to touch his hair because he had blonde hair. They just want to touch his hair.
My kid gets accosted all the time here because we have a lot of Asians. They're always they just walk up and touch them.
Ew.
They don't ask. They don't just
Hands
touch
off.
them.
Yeah, that's kind of creepy and weird.
Yeah. Or they walk up. They'll walk up in front of us and take a photo. It's like
I've never seen such a specimen before.
Why is that kid taking a step stool everywhere he goes? That's weird. Let's take a photo. Every time I've seen your kid, he has a step stool. I just assume he does that all.
Time to shave his head.
He's special that way.
He has a lot of need to get up to things that are taller than him.
It's for him to get onto the little yellow bus.
Oh, come on now.
I put my own kid down.
Yeah, you just dissed your own kid. What the fuck?
We know better. He's homeschooled.
You're fired.
But yeah, if you're blonde, move to Thailand, and no worries. Yes, blonde.
You can also add if you're very tall. It's
could do that. Do that. Yep. Although they can't touch your hair then.
Well, not the top one.
30. Yeah.
They're grabbing his ankles.
That's right.
Are we going to why don't
grab
we
the shit out of your toe hair?
Should we get into the special event?
We have people have to answer this question still.
Oh, who?
34 Buffett and Dave from Buffalo still haven't answered.
34 Buffets? That's like a mint.
You better believe it. But no,
talking boobs again.
Yeah, I'm telling you what, man.
Hey guys.
Hey guys. Yeah. No, I don't know. Between Helicopter Jesus, I mean, that's a cool one.
Oh yeah.
Helicopter Jesus is good.
Yeah,
Anytime someone says helicopter Jesus, like
bonga bonga and all that.
Yeah.
Helicopter Jesus, who was obsessed with the butt game.
He still is.
Can I interject? I just thought of another moment. One of my favorites.
Oh Lord, Jim.
Super drunk Andrew got into it with what was his name? Ryan.
I was just gonna say that. Jesus Christ.
And it was like get the dicks out of your mouth. I could not stop laughing. I had to mute myself. I was laughing so hard.
Now you took his moment away.
Gak took mine. Pass it around. Now you need to steal someone else's. ahead of time.
Something about going down where he works and slapping dicks out of his mouth, or something.
Or purple Donkey Kong cabinets is a good one too.
Yeah.
Anytime Andrew's like dissing somebody is a good episode.
Takes the right amount of Guinness to do that.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm not really a nice guy, but fuck you.
There was about a year there where it's like every time we got a guest on, it was like turned into just like, let's just pound the shit out of the guest. It's like, why the fuck are you here?
Guests anymore.
Who the fuck are you?
The president for that.
What kind of fucking
guest on it? I can't even remember when.
Well, think about our early guests. Like one of our, I think Sarah was like one of our earliest ones. We only had like.
We got Sarah, Dan, Ryan, Chance.
Chance was early. Sarah and Chance were pretty
I don't
early.
know if Time Runner counts as
They might have been the first. They might have been the first two.
Yeah, they might have been.
Who else?
Sarah was super awkward.
What that was the Nintendo guy?
That was the same night that I debuted.
Yeah, that's right.
She set the bar low, so I looked that much better. Thank you, Sarah.
Well,
Donkey Kong remix people.
They were awesome.
Jacob?
Yeah. No, Jacob. Actually, Jacob is awesome. He's the
he's been on. Yeah.
And he's been awesome. Every time he comes on, he fits right in. He's just like drinking and.
It's like 1 out of 4 people actually meld well.
He works at a brewery. How can he not fit in?
The guy who had Sky Skipper, that guy, he's been on our show.
Alex.
Oh, Alex. Yeah.
What's
Nagy
his handle?
from Germany?
Nagy. Yeah, Nagy's a guy.
Yes. Oh yeah, that was
Alex's Nintendo Arcade.
Nintendo Arcade. That's it.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's been.
Nagy was awesome. Nagy was on their chat last week.
Yep.
It was the first time we'd seen him in like a year or something.
I thought Alex was Chucky Egg.
No,
Alex's Nintendo Arcade.
He is in some forums. I don't think. Yeah. Okay. I just I remember that because I used to play Chucky Egg on the ZX Spectrum, which is very much an English computer.
Chucky Egg.
Sinclair ZX Spectrum. Look up Chucky Egg, dude.
Oh, you mean ZX?
Yeah, he broke the sound barrier. Oh, not Chucky Yeager. Oh, okay. Yeah.
No, not Chucky Yeager.
And I like how Josh comes on now, but Chance never comes on anymore.
I think we should let Chance come back on again if he would like to come on.
Like a redemption show.
Yeah, I think we should give him a chance.
Hey, you have 10 minutes to prove yourself.
I watch their.
Oh, he has his own.
Channel. I like
he has his own famous show now.
Yeah.
What's it called? The Purple.
He has
Show?
the Canadian Arcade.
Actually, Josh should actually be the one that comes on. He actually listens to our show a lot.
He used to be called the Canadian John's Arcade.
Doppelganger.
You have to take the John out.
I still call him John's 2 Arcade. Speaking of the cup I'm drinking out of, woo!
Hey.
Nice.
Oh, good times.
Love those cups.
On here too.
Oh,
Brad's
speaking
picking
of
those
that,
screwdrivers.
Nice.
It's like plastic.
I love the idea of a super VIP for the glass.
Yes.
The pints.
I thought I could make some kind of Princess
How cool would
Leia
that be?
type thing with these.
That would be really cool, Mock.
It's happening.
Well,
It'd be
there's
this
a guy
cool.
named Moto. There's a guy named Moto Glass who does arcade etching.
Oh yeah,
I talked about that at Drinkers. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because he's always at the Portland and the Tacoma shows.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going for the Manhattan. I'm all out of vodka. That was a heavy screwdriver. All right.
That's right.
Me and
All
Jerry
right,
bought a
Dave,
6
did you
orange
say
juice for
one,
our
Dave?
pancake shot.
Your favorite moment?
You put the
favorite
man
moment.
in Manhattan.
For episode
so
100.
many.
Or episode? You can go whole. You can do a whole
As long as it
episode.
isn't literally.
Don't put your manhood in Manhattan.
Oh, it burns.
What do you mean?
I like the one where I was going through the drive-through.
Oh, now.
Yes.
God damn it,
We
Crafty.
were talking about that in the chat.
Aaron's in the chat.
Aaron's in the chat.
Do it live.
Yeah,
Fuck it, we'll
was it
do
Mike
it live.
Martin? I think. What
right,
drive-through was it? Do you remember?
Me? Yeah, 100%. It was
Yeah,
Burger
do you
King.
remember what-
I tried Burger King. I tried one of their hot dogs.
Yeah.
They're gross.
Oh, that's right.
Gross.
No, they asked me if I wanted cookies with that. And I'm like, no, thank you. And you guys all heard it. You're like, what the hell is that?
It's called suggestive selling. The managers make you do it.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Suggestive selling.
Yeah.
Like the Super Size Me movie.
Would you like some mac and cheese?
like
with
no
a tote bag with that?
Yeah. Would you like some mac and cheese with that tote bag?
Yep, totally.
Dave's like, no, after I eat the hot dog, I'm going to toss my cookies, though.
Oh.
Mac and cheese is a comfort food. Everybody likes it.
Dude,
unless you're vegan.
I love mac and cheese.
I had a vegan walk by and go, "I'm vegan." They stormed away. I'm like, "Oh, good for you."
Right, congratulations. Here's just some mac.
Yeah.
Enjoy the plain meals.
If you ever find a vegan, then you should kill them and throw them in the mac and cheese because they're grass fed. So that'll be really good meat.
Nice.
Yeah.
Grass fed.
Care if you said just eat the mac, they would say I have a gluten allergy, so it wouldn't matter.
Yeah.
Don't you think that's ironic that the actually like the best meat you can eat is meat that's only been fed on vegetables, right? That doesn't seem strange to anyone.
Like towards vegetables. Do they just want all plant life to die, or what?
I know. Did you see that YouTube video? If meat eaters spoke like vegans, did you see that?
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that was pretty classic.
I love that.
No, they're just missing out, man. You know. Then they come up with these recipes that taste like meat. Well, then just fucking eat meat. Well, here you can do pulled pork with like the spaghetti squash. Ugh.
Yeah, I saw a recipe for eggplant bacon. I was like, it's not eggplant bacon. It's fucking eggplant with hickory smoked stuff on it.
Hey, wait a second. No. The Canadian does not get to talk about bacon. Because it's fucking ham, dude. It's ham.
Bacon is ham.
Dude, you can't even buy that shit where I live, so we have regular slabs of fucking bacon here.
Someone needs to do the opposite. Like, today we're gonna make flank steak taste like broccoli.
Yeah. The pea meal bacon, like the pea meal bacon.
I've always wanted
you can ask Seabart about that kind of bacon. We don't have that shit up here.
Yeah, my meat tastes like broccoli.
Yeah,
we should have a whole company that makes vegetables out of meat. You know, it's
actually, Joel. You know what's funny is Canadian bacon up in Canada. We do call it ham. We don't call it Canadian bacon. You guys call it Canadian bacon.
It's crazy. You see, it's propaganda. That's how wars start, right?
Turn hot dogs into celery sticks.
Because you can't buy Canadian bacon. If I have a Hawaiian pizza, it's ham and pineapple. That's all it is.
Yeah. It's just America's way of pussifying Canada. You know, we just like.
But they're a bunch of hams.
I was going to ring the bell, but you don't get one for that.
That's him when you need him. Taking a leak. That's where.
Oh, yeah.
No puns in.
Okay,
here.
Who hasn't gone? Buffett, have you gone yet?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Helicopter Jesus. He said.
Yeah,
right?
That's right.
And
Andrew, you're going to go with the Ryan incident. Is that yours, or do you want to?
And Dave said the drive-through.
Sounds like a drive-through movie.
Cool. We're all done. Quickly, does anybody in the chat have any favorite moments or episodes that we've forgotten about?
They keep watching just so they can finally find a really good one.
Yeah.
They're all still waiting.
So when you're eating something that's very good, you're like, I'm just going to keep eating because eventually I'll feel satisfied. Yeah.
Do any of you guys watch the show? I never watched the show.
No.
I used to. I don't anymore.
I kind of have to when I was editing shit.
Oh, that's true.
I've been listening to the ones
on the tape recording. You just freak out. You never want to hear yourself ever again.
Yeah, no.
I go back and go ahead when I was really wasted. I want to see what I look like. And then I cringe and turn it off.
Yeah, Crafty is the "fuck you, Brad" episode.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So good.
Oh,
fuck you. So funny.
That was awesome.
Dude, Crafty's got a temper, man. That guy.
The
thing I remember the most about that was when he said that, and Andrew just went, "Oh."
Yeah. I forgot what it was for, though. I remember him saying it. I don't remember what it was for, though. Who was he saying it to?
Brad.
Me.
Oh,
yeah.
What was it over?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. We're comparing American versus Canadian, cheese or something.
Yeah, and you actually were like coming. You and Crafty were actually on the same side, but I think
Same side. That was the weird thing.
That was the funny part is that he kind of came in a little bit late on the conversation, had been distracted, and so it was like, well, fuck you. It was like, whoa, wait a minute, you were actually fuck you.
Yeah, I was.
That was the best part. It's so funny.
Oh, actually, the drunken.
By the way, I'm going for a new record. Earliest never too hungover.
Wow. You started early, buddy.
And I decided to change it up, and I'm doing. Well, you guys may know what these are.
That's like this.
Jesus, he's got like a half a pint of fucking Jameson there.
It's a double. It's a double. It's a double. I've got 2 shot glasses of orange juice, and then
Wait, the pint glass is the hard liquor?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the. It's a double. It's a double.
8 ounces.
That's more than a double.
That's a quadruple shot there, man.
Two shots of butter shots. 2 shots of 2 gingers Irish whiskey, not Jameson.
Okay,
And,
4 shots.
Yeah.
See you in the emergency room.
And I'm thinking that you use the bigger shot glass, the one that's a shot and a half, and not the one that's actually just a shot.
It was a shot and a half. I know it was, so I only filled it. I filled it up. I did a 1.5.
Okay.
Okay. Paul in the chat just had a good one. He says it was when Mock asked what his dick tastes like.
I'm trying to like hide that episode.
Oh. How did you say that?
That was awesome.
Don't worry, Mock. There's a lot of embarrassing ones for me too.
Yeah, no, right. They're like, can you delete that? And you're all, hell no.
Who did he say it to? I can't remember.
Yeah, let's just move along.
All right, I got 2 more real quick. So one was the fuck flux.
Hello.
Stupid drunken rap.
Hello. I heard you got.
Okay.
Oh yes, that's right. That was a good one.
That was just nonsense. And then the second one was
I don't have on my some off-air rants.
The Twin Towers salt and pepper shakers.
Oh god.
What even brought that up? I can't remember now.
It was about the pickup for reactor.
Yep, exactly. Because I went to that house with all the tchotchke.
How about the episode where Andrew
I actually had to
went off about Gold Bond and how
that wasn't
man is getting your rim job.
That wasn't recorded. That was either pre or post show. So these guys don't even know about Gold Bond.
I thought for sure that was live.
No, I think it was after the show.
Oh, big yawn.
It's exhausting being Zadie. It's so tiring.
Zadie.
Oh, nice crotch
shot.
shot.
Right, good crotch shot.
Did you drink it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I've got them. I'm ready.
That's
I drink the number 2.
Or do you sip it?
I'm gonna try to sip it. I mean, dude, I had a happy hour with coworkers earlier.
Yeah.
So I already before the show I had like a good 3 pints in me. If you know what I mean.
Driving drunk.
Yeah, you drunk driver.
That's right. I walked.
Drivers.
Crazy.
Oh, nice. Back to the Future. Red. Yeah.
Crazy.
So I have a dentist appointment tomorrow afternoon. I guess my goal is to see if the dental assistant gets drunk off my breath while she's working on my teeth.
I had mine today, Gak. So good. Yep.
Nice.
It felt great to have my teeth all clean and polished, just to drink some alcohol immediately afterwards.
Hey, alcohol is great for fighting gingivitis.
The dental hygienist said, well, alcohol is way better than sugar for your teeth. So I'm like, damn, I got this all figured out.
The more you know. The more you know.
Dun,
dun, dun, dun, dun.
Sorry, I'm too busy. Oh, here we go. Port quality and everything. You got a nice, good noise bed in there, and yep.
Okay, so do we want to talk about our new Craigslist challenge, or do you guys want to do the game room tours?
Let's ask the chat.
Let's do the Craigslist real quick. That'll go quick.
Hopefully.
I'll start. All right.
Well, let's talk.
It's better.
Well, let's explain it.
Describe it first.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, explain it first, Gak. No, you go
Okay,
ahead.
so last week somehow it got brought up. I don't know how we got on the subject, but Griffin has a post he does regularly, and I think you have good luck once in a while, right? I mean, a couple times a year or so.
Yeah, I used to. It's been very dead for a long time, but I had a lot of pretty good offers over the years from putting up a wanted ad on Craigslist.
Oh, God, that's good.
So we all just said, let's try out the same exact listing, the same method, and then I think maybe Orange Rip said let's add a photo to it or something like that, right?
Yeah.
But it's
Bring in the logic
strictly a wanted ad in Craigslist.
Yes.
We looking forward to buy a game that's either
and
broken or
and
working. Yeah.
So personally, I've been collecting for over 10 years now, I think, or about 10 years.
10!
A 10! 10 fucking years! Actually, probably January it'll be 10 years for me, somewhere around there. Anyways, I've never done a want-buy ad. I've just kind of searched stuff. I never thought about doing that. I didn't want, I always was worried about getting a ton of emails from random people or whatever. But so last week we all just said, let's just try it out, for a month, right? That's what we said.
Yeah.
For a month.
Yeah. So let's so we should preface this with like, have you done this before? Yeah. And have you?
So
I've never
should
done
we?
that before.
Okay.
Do we?
That'll be the first answer.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So next person then.
No. Keep going.
Okay.
Like, that's what everyone has to lead with.
Have you had any rewards for your endeavors?
So I've never done it before, and probably the biggest part I was nervous about, which Griffin said it works for him, is actually putting your phone or text on there.
See, I didn't have the balls to do that.
Yeah,
I didn't. Not for this one.
Yeah, so so you guys are kind of in the same boat as I felt, but I said, screw it, let's see what happens. So I put my number on there, and I think that night I got one response.
Crab meat and train sets.
Yeah, the one and only response I've got.
You accidentally posted in Men for Men.
Yeah.
Men for men, looking for men.
They were searching for joysticks. Came across.
So I actually created a different email for this too, because I didn't want to get a bunch of junk mail. So the one and only email I got was that night, and he said, "Hi, do you have any stand-up arcade games for sale? I'm looking for something that is not too expensive. Thanks." What the fuck? Did my ad say I want to sell games cheap? No.
People
it
barely
just says I want to buy games.
Yeah, that's actually really common, especially if you include a photograph on the ad, because they will look at the photograph on the ad, they'll take it very literally, and they'll think, oh, this guy's got a Tron, you know, and then they'll contact you, how much for the Tron, you know? It happens all the time.
I didn't even respond. I just kind of let it go.
He just sent him a
that's
dick pic.
all I've gotten so far.
Send him a dick pic back.
Yeah.
The joke's on you, pal.
Should have sent him the skydiving, googly-eyed vagina.
No text, no phone calls. That's the only email I've gotten. But, I got to say, in my area, it seems like there's always at least a couple people that have those kind of listings. So it's pretty saturated, I would guess. But it's timing. Just like being a buyer, I think you're just lucking out with the person. Just happen to see your post instead of the other person's to want to buy, and you just luck out. But
and that's why I think we need to do it for the month.
Yeah.
To really get a good sense.
I agree.
Yeah.
The best thing about running a wanted ad is when someone does contact you and they do have a game that is worth your time, you don't have any competition.
Right.
That's the best part about it, is it's just them contacting you. You have time. You can have a conversation with the person, and you can
take them out to dinner.
Yeah, I mean, that's the best part about it. So
at Joe's.
Even if you have to run the ad for a year, if you get one or two cabs out of running that ad for the year, it was worth it, you know.
True.
So it's
do you have an app that like auto renews your post?
No, but I'm not that fucking lazy.
Don't sell yourself short. You're a tremendous slouch.
All right, I'm gonna pass it on to Jimbo then. Let's see your experience.
All right, so I've never done a want to buy. Actually, it's funny because Carrie was here this last weekend, and now we're setting up our Craigslist ads, and I've only sold one thing on Craigslist ever. It wasn't even arcade related. It was some dumbbells. And so I'm like, where do I even go? Like, what do I even click on? It's been years since I've done anything like this. And then I got to like the wanted by dealer, wanted by owner, for sale. And like, I was like, I don't even know where to, like, how to begin. Anyways, so I posted mine. It was mine and hers were flagged the same day.
Yeah.
Because I posted in the for sale, because like I was under the impression, like I had heard that, oh, you should put it in the for sale, because actually when I search for shit, a lot of the times all of the wanteds show up in the for sale, but I don't know exactly how Craigslist works. Maybe the wanteds show up with there. Just that's just how it is.
You can filter it. So if you're searching for something, you can filter by wanted and for sale.
So yeah, don't put it in the for sale, because you will get flagged because it's the wrong.
Yeah. So the next time I did wanted by dealer, I think.
Yeah. That's right one.
And so I haven't actually before it was flagged, I did get one response. It's the only response that I've gotten. That I've got two other responses. Actually, one today. The one I got today was for an asteroids, not working, and the guy wants $300. And I haven't responded yet because I just got it like an hour before the show. A couple days before that, I got one or the day before or whatever, I got one for race driving cockpit.
Yeah,
that's an Atari driving game.
Yeah.
But I have no space for that, and I said I was just looking. I declined. I didn't even make an offer. I just said I'm not looking for anything other than uprights. Kind of bullshit answer. But I mean I wasn't interested.
That's a cool game.
So the standard answer when you get offered something that you don't want to go with is that's not something I could work with. I mean it's a straight answer. It's just like that's not really something I could do anything with. Move along.
Well, I mean, I was real gracious. I just said that I'm not looking for cockpits or something like that. And then, but the one that I got that I wasn't. Let me just be honest. When we signed up to do this, I'm not in a position to really buy anything right now, and I don't want unless it's something that's definitely like right at the top of my want list. I have very limited space, very limited money. Christmas is around the corner. Like, so I wanted to participate, but at the same time, it's like, I'm not really that serious about this right now. But
nobody has to buy anything.
That's actually that's actually the best way to be, though, because you won't just pick up trash.
Right. This would be a mistake for someone who's just getting into the hobby to do something like this.
Yeah.
You guys are so good at stroking me. My ego. Wait, what? No.
What?
Thanks for patting me where it counts. What? So anyway, back to my story. I love that story. The first day I posted, I get a response, and guy says, I have a gunfight that I want to sell. Now, I think I've told this story, but Gunfight is one of, if not the earliest arcade games I can remember playing with my dad. They had it at a movie theater, and I specifically remember, it's so vivid. I can remember playing that game with my dad. And, I was born in 83. So holy shit, there's a black and white game. Like, what the fuck? But they still had those type of games in some of the arcades. And I can vividly remember playing that with my dad and us having a ball. In fact, I mentioned it to my dad. I'm like, I need to get a gunfight. And I described the game. My dad remembers, he's turning 63, 64. So like, he remembers that too. And I'm like, So I responded. I'm like, do you have any pictures and what are you asking for it? And I got no response, just radio silence. I was kind of disappointed.
Would you like to sample our vegan bacon? 100% meatless.
Yes.
Craigslist is definitely full of crazies as well, and you have to account for that whenever you're dealing with it.
It's like silly because that's literally what it said. It was an email that just said, "Hi, I saw your ad. I've got a gunfight that I want to sell. Are you interested?" And I responded like within an hour.
The thing is, like in 2 weeks, you might get a response.
Right.
Ah. Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah, like my space app. My space app, I got a text message a year after I sent one.
Right?
That's crazy.
A year back, I got it. So you never know.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, so those are my three. I got gunfight, race driving, and asteroids. You got asteroids? No, but my dad does.
And that's not to say
those are some good games.
Yeah, I mean, if I was into asteroids, I may, go negotiate, go back and forth to that guy. I had no interest in race driving, even though I looked it up. I'm like, this is kind of a cool game, but I have no space.
Yeah,
I really do. I just don't.
Yeah,
a cockpit, like, to me, is like that. With space being a commodity, it's like, damn, that game would take up like 2 or 3, uprights. So I don't.
Is it the one with the slide-in chair like at Grinkers, or is it like?
I didn't see pictures of it, so I don't know.
Well, because like I think how many uprights were there uprights at race driving and hard driving? I've only seen the sit-down ones.
Aren't they the same? Isn't hard driving the sit-down, race driving is the upright, or am I wrong?
No. They're
one's a sequel.
Yeah, the
I didn't know that.
Race driving.
There's both of them. We have 2 or 3 race drivings at Magfest.
Right,
and so
there's the deluxe sit down like they have at Grinkers, where it's like it's got the chair that swivels in, and slides in, and goes forward, and actually kind of sucks because it doesn't lock. And so every time you push on the gas, your chair slides out a little bit further. And then there's like the regular sit down that's like a giant tall cab because the monitor, like Missile Command cockpit, is in the top. And shoots down in a mirror. So it's a super duper tall cabinet, but it's
I know you're talking. Yeah.
So there you go. So the top picture there, the yellow one, that's kind of like what Steve has, although the colors are different. And then the one right below that, that's the normal sit down.
It's just more open, right?
Yeah. And then I don't know about that's 3-screen.
3-screen. Weird.
Yeah, I've never seen that one before either.
No. But was there like a regular stand-up, like a Spy Hunter style version of that game? I don't think there was.
I don't think there was.
Yeah, so there's basically just the full sit down. So they're both kind of cockpits, but the upright, the bottom one, I mean that's not bigger than any regular side cab, aside from the height.
Just
that's what I was picturing. Like that's to me what the closest to an upright.
Right. Well, so that's like I mean it's just as big as any other game. It's just very very tall.
Yeah.
A home use only race driving cockpit just came up for sale near me for $2,000.
Jesus.
And you didn't grab it already?
Yeah.
What is that?
12 of them?
What is that?
I'm in talks with the guy. I'm definitely in talks with the guy.
He already has
I'm in
16
talks with
of
the
them.
No.
Hard driving / race driving, I would totally pick up one of those. I'd find space.
Jimbo, pass it on.
Sorry, I didn't mean to get off track here.
Right.
Yeah, I will.
Just so you know, you can actually race driving was the first linkable racing game. You can link 2 of them together and race each other.
Yes. Yeah, you play as a ghost.
I didn't know
wireframe against the other person. You
can link tabs and race against each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't crash into each other though. It's just like you're a ghost.
Right, but you can race against each other, which is cool.
So kind of like Punch Out. You see the other guy out.
Yeah.
I'm going to pass it to Mock. Mr. Mock. Delay.
I've never done this before where you post on Craigslist to see if you you fishing basically. So that was kind of a cool experiment to see what happened.
I think you actually wound up being in the same listed area as Griffin, right?
Yeah, Griffin and Keith. I don't think Keith put one out though, so it's just Griffin and I. But we both have the exact same hand.
I've tried.
Never puts out. Yeah.
So we try, but
so I got a hit. Griffin didn't.
Same old every day.
I don't know why, but I lucked out and got a hit, but it's nothing really I want. But it was for
Steve's sorry, Grinkers is in the chat.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Hey, Steve.
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you.
So it was the guy said I have a gauntlet I want to get rid of. And I said, oh, okay. And is this Gak asked me, should I hit him up for, is it free or not? So I said, is this a free pickup or are you looking for some money for this? He goes, I'm looking for a little bit of money. So it didn't sound like he really wanted that much from that response. So I hit up Till and the three guys, Griffin, Till, and Keith. And Keith goes, "Oh, I'm looking for a gauntlet. I actually want one." So I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool. Okay, let me get some pictures now." So moving along further, I go, "Hey, send some pics." And of course, it's a Gauntlet Legends, not an original Gauntlet. So I'm like, shit. Okay, well, sorry. Oh, and then also it had like, it looked like it was missing wood pieces of it, like from the control panel, like chunks were missing out of it. And the marquee was ripped off the top, so it was pretty trashed.
Oh, that was the Gauntlet Legends.
Gauntlet Legends.
Was that a good game?
But there's a converted
awesome
gauntlet. There's a converted gauntlet in La Mesa right down the street from me, it has another game in it.
Oh, really? So Keith,
yeah, you guys didn't see that?
No.
They want $250 for it. It's working. But it's running like some beach volleyball game or something. But it's an original Gauntlet cab.
So if Keith wants that, he could grab that one. That's a cheap price.
I remember the Gauntlet Legends cabs like being fully dedicated, having some crazy art on them.
They're all purple cabinets,
Yeah, they do. Yeah,
Chance would love them.
Yeah.
Give him a big purple one.
Yeah.
Purple-headed what? No.
So it's kind of an interesting experiment to see what else we
Warrior
get.
Slinger.
So. It's kind of cool.
Purple-headed
What's cool about this too is one of us is looking for one of these things, and someone says, "Hey, I got one of these." Someone could carry or somebody say, "Oh, I want it." So it's kind of cool that we're all doing this.
It's already been a good experiment. I'll say that.
Fun.
Yeah, it's been interesting.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens next. So anyway, that's all I had. Let's say I'll pass it to Gak.
Wait, I started.
Oh, sorry. I'll pass it to Joel. No, Joel doesn't have anything.
All right, it's time for the Devo hat.
Pretty soon. We're getting there.
Wait for it.
So yeah, I've been running that for a pretty long time. I actually haven't had any bites from it for a long time. And I thought it was fascinating that Steve put up the ad, which was like character for character, exactly the same. We both used the same photo. And he gets a bite almost within like a day or two of putting it up. Yet mine has been running almost nonstop, and I don't get any bites.
That feels like that's the example of just timing. It's just like when you buy something on eBay or buy something used, someone timed it right.
Yeah.
But saying that, so I didn't get anything from this ad, but in the past, running this ad, I've had some very interesting and fun stuff come up. So I've had some really nice Z-backs come in from running that ad, which have had working boards in them. I brought in a converted Galaxian cab, which had a Shinobi board in there, which actually Keith is fixing for me right now. I had a guy call me up and tell me he had 2 arcade games and he wanted $400 for them. And so I was like, well, yeah, what are the games? And the games turned out to be Tron and Dig Dug.
When I popped a boner.
When I went and saw the Tron, he said it wasn't working. I played with it and it was the interlock switch. So I fixed the interlock.
Oh, that's awesome.
The whole game came up. So there over the years, there have definitely been some really great finds from that kind of stuff. Now, obviously, it depends where you live, because if you live in a more densely populated area, then it's going to work out better for you. And it's going to work out better in 2 ways. One, your chances of someone contacting you are going to be higher. But 2, you're going to sidestep all of the competition, because obviously if you live somewhere like, San Francisco or LA or Denver or wherever, then there's a lot of people looking for games in your area. So someone is going to contact you directly and say, hey, I have this game, what are you going to give me for it? That gives you that direct line to be able to negotiate with that person you know, without
already
having
have
to
the
fight
upper
off
edge
all
of
the
that
other
negotiation.
crazies.
Yeah.
And the amount of times that I've gone after a cab and the guys come back and said to me, oh, well, some dude from LA called Kalen said he would give me nah, just fucking around. I love Kalen. But whenever it's something advertised and you go after it, obviously you're always up against the competition. But when they come to you, then you have a lot more breathing room.
Right.
Yeah.
No, it's like you're the used video game store and someone wants to trade something in. Like you've got that advantage already off the shoot for negotiating.
Right. If you're in this hobby, then you're insane not to have a wanted ad running 24/7.
My God, I've been insane for 13 years. Holy shit!
Yes.
Dude, I had a pinball guy. I had a pinball guy contact me, and he said, "Yeah, I got this arcade machine, and it came with some pins that I bought, and I don't know what to do with it. I want to come look at it." And I went over, and it was a extremely rare Space Firebird upright, like a full-size cab, not the cabaret.
Wow.
That was one of the few games that it was either a cabaret or a cocktail, but there were actually very few that were done in the full upright.
Mm-hmm.
Wow! And he just gave it to me. He was just like, I know, you're an arcade guy. Want to take it. So he gave it to me. I got it up and running, and I ended up selling it to John Weeks over at Arcade Expo, and that's where it lives now. So it happens, but you have to go for the long. You have to go for the long game.
Yeah.
You know, don't just put it up and after a month get frustrated and say I'm not going to do this anymore, because you don't know which day that ad is going to pay off. So if you're in the hobby and you're serious about collecting and you want to restore and you're prepared to take in, broken games and work on them.
Write this down, our 3 viewers.
Yes, all 3 of you.
Yeah.
Do this.
There will be 3 more ads on Craigslist after.
Say or don't. Yeah. Exactly, because now we have more competition.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is not working out very well for any of us.
I did not measure this out properly.
Yeah.
It is absolutely definitely getting thin on the ground out there as far as the actual ads that are posted with games for sale.
Blackjack. You know what I'm saying?
So, I mean, if you're just hoping that someone in your neighborhood is going to randomly just put a Craigslist ad up for a game, and then you're going to contact them, and then you're going to wander down there whenever you fucking feel like it and pick up the machine, it's not going to happen. God
damn it, Griffin. Gone. Why did you just shatter all of my dreams?
Yeah.
That was my tactic. That was my goal.
I mean,
my complete
two or 3 years ago, you had to have your truck ready, you had to have cash in your sock drawer, and you had to be ready to
and
go.
A clock in your sock. Whoa.
But now, those ads aren't even appearing. So you need to be doing your wanted ads. And when someone contacts you, you be able to jump and go for it.
What do we do?
Because we've got to the point now where everybody in our generation who's into the hobby or thinks they'd like to be into the hobby is like they're doing it. They're out there. They're looking. So the $250 paper boys and all those little urban legends.
I've gotten way far and few in between. Yes.
Yeah. And I tell you, man, as soon as an ad comes up with a decent game on it, it's you and every other motherfucker in your
I know.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, my local buddy here, Adam, he got Space Duel and a Robotron, both in probably 8 out of 10 condition. Both machines for $100. So $50. It's still
advertised locally or
how long ago?
I think he
Mark, I gotta say, this must be a love-hate relationship for you.
Yeah, I know, right?
You love Robotron, but let me just reinforce my whole thing. This cabinet was already converted. There's no remains of Robotron, no original wiring, power supply, artwork, nothing.
That should be in a museum.
Yeah.
Yeah, this will be the best token.
So should you.
Oh,
No, there was
nice.
only like 14,000 more
That was a
Robotrons made. You should
Raiders of
restore
the
that
Lost
back to
Ark. I
Robotron.
fucking love it. That's Raiders of the Lost Ark, right? Yes.
Hey, Gak.
Last Crusade.
Yeah,
So
That's
that
good.
Robotron
Yeah.
and what was the other game it was?
Space Duel.
Space Duel for $150 each.
100 total.
Oh, yeah,
Hundred
that's the
total?
beginning. That's the beginning. It's the beginning, Andrew. Right?
Yeah, it
Yes.
is.
You're
Was
right.
this like 19?
Well, he's on the ship and it's
What year
raining.
was
Yep.
this?
Yep.
This was like 1 week
The
ago.
second time I had to
no.
reclaim my property
that was-
from you.
Yeah, he had it in
Yeah, yeah.
the Hangout.
It's
the Slack.
The
cross.
cross of Coronado.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're killing me, small.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna
This
try
is
to get
some
it.
more stuff.
I'm probably gonna build
So
a
many movie
Donkey
quotes
Kong
going on right
traded
now. I
for it.
can't handle it.
You're gonna
like three
trade Donkey Kong
conversations
for
going.
what? For a
For the
Robotron?
Robotron.
Oh.
Doorbell's coming.
For the robot Ron?
Yes.
Four conversations.
Bark,
Quietly.
bark, bark.
Yeah,
Okay. All right.
it's allowed. It's a barky day at my house tonight. God, the dogs. Oh. Pull them out.
Okay, so it's been Mock and Jimbo and me. Who else?
I did it.
Yeah, we need
Griffin
to hand
went.
stuff to someone who might have got a game.
Wait, Carrie, you went with your listing?
I did. Yes, I did my listing. It got flagged repeatedly. I think I got flagged 4 times before it finally stuck. And the
She's
people
been
were
flagged many times.
and the people.
He's about to get flagged again.
Yeah. Right.
I'm just stating that. Keep your faps to yourself. Just kidding.
So, and I'll just say that.
All those Bay Area flaggets.
Right, they were
Oh,
It's that time of the
Nice.
month, Mock.
Sorry.
Nice, nicely done. They did, and quite frankly, they did flaggets.
Flaggets.
Quite frankly, they didn't need to bother because I have gotten a response, and I did get a single response.
Great. What home use only you getting for free now?
Nice.
One rare vector.
Well played.
Yeah, I wish it was. And he's not here, but it's from our dear friend Mano Man, who sent me a joke response.
Oh, did he?
Oh, God.
Joel sent me a nice one. I just didn't
nice.
respond to it.
Oh, was that?
Do I have any crab? What was it? Crab meat. There you go.
Mike emailed me via the Craigslist ad and asked me how much the thief was from I think the picture, the standard photo that we're all using. So there you go. That has been my one and only response. I did check my ad is in fact still up, but yeah, that was it. So yeah, one of you jokers, or one of the jokers from our crew. Has been it.
Okay, so who call somebody out next?
Who else is? Oh, Andrew, you did it.
I did do it, yeah.
Yeah.
So let's see.
Let's tell us about it.
Well, I too I posted 5 times. 4 of my ads so far have been flagged. They were getting flagged within an hour. So I was telling you guys, it was like I'd post it an hour later, flagged. Post it again because like fuck that guy. An hour later, flagged.
Oh, and there was a theory on that. Right?
Yeah, there was a theory about like someone local who is perhaps trying not to have any competition going on. But I mean, my ad was the first time I've ever done this. I've always laughed at the people who did it, like whatever. If you're
right,
moving right along here, they show up in my search results, but like whatever. And I figure it's got to be someone who has like a Craigslist like phone alert thing. And so every time it pops up and it's like, oh, there's a new ad in arcade, and they're like, oh, this guy wants to buy one. Fuck that guy. Yeah. And like I don't know, like because it takes I don't know how many flags does it take in Craigslist before an ad gets removed. It's more than one, right? So
is it more?
Yeah,
than
I'm
one?
not sure.
It has to be more.
I
than
think
one.
so.
I don't know. Is it like 5 or 10?
Yeah, because I flagged and had
be
something.
more than
Yeah, I flagged stuff and had to still be there.
Right. So I don't know if it's him and all of his friends getting together and then flagging this, or if he's like flagging it from his iPad and then from his phone.
Or his
and then
5
from his
accounts.
computer.
Yeah,
right.
Oh,
So-
yeah, good
different
point.
IP addresses.
Yep.
Yeah, right. He's VPNing into different places just to take down my fucking stupid ad. So the 5th one is taken. I've had it up for 3 days now. It's still there. So that seems to be working. I have had 4 games.
Wow.
Whoa.
So the first one was a Midway multi, you know, that 13-inch piece of shit Midway multi made out of cardboard cabinet.
Oh, God.
Shit.
Yeah,
Like the one that they would sell at Sears.
And the kicker is,
Walmart special.
yeah, this is sort of like something you'd buy at like Costco or Sam's Club or something like that. The kicker for it, it's missing the 13-inch monitor.
Oh, Jesus.
Wow, so it's worth about 50 cents.
So they sent me pictures of it too. Yeah,
It's worth Fire Kindle.
And I was like, yeah.
And they only want $600 for it.
Right. The second one was a Silent Scope. So a cool game, but not one I'm interested in. So let that one go.
Did they even talk price?
So that's interesting. So let me get to the price in a second.
Okay.
So the next one was in a it was X-Men: Children of the Atom in a blue Z-back.
Oh, the Z-back. All right.
Yeah.
They're pretty rare.
It was in the cabinet, at least from the pictures that I saw, was in okay shape. Definitely had some bumps and bruises on it. It wasn't like pristine or anything like that. But and then the last one was a pole position.
Nice.
Working.
No. Oh, working.
Wow. So sorry. So the Silent Scope was working. The X-Men: Children of the Atom was working, and the pole position was working. But the pole position had a kind of there was clearly some fucked up shit going on with the monitor. It was like crooked and jacked up, but it's like whatever, it's gonna be burned to fuck. So with each one of them, when they replied to it, you know, it's like, hey, thank you so much for you know, replying to the ad. I really appreciate it. Oh, and I should say too, I put my phone number, which I don't know if I should mention this in the show because my phone number is now.
Now you
So
got all these pics.
all 3 of you guys listening to the show, because all you guys have my fucking phone number.
You're coming pics.
Yeah, my phone number. So every reply that I've gotten has been via text. My email, I have a Craigslist email address that's tied to that. Not a single one of them had gone to the email. They've all been.
So that feeds into what Griffey said. You know,
make it as easy as possible. Yeah.
Yep.
And if they want to send pics, it's right there on their phone. They can take a quick pic.
Yeah.
And then send it and text it to you. So it's, if you're making it as easy as possible, I think, for the sellers to give the shit to you, then, you know, that just.
So I know you have more to tell us, but I know you have big, huge competition there.
There's a lot of competition here.
Exity gets tons of games in your area, right? So
there's a couple of vacuums.
He has to have, you know, listings, right, on Craigslist or whatever.
He does not have any wanted to buy.
He doesn't.
Nope.
So it's just all through his connections and network, or
it's all network with him. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure that he's just connected in, and so he's bought and traded.
Because I swear
so
it's like
games.
once or twice a week he's going and grabbing games.
Yeah. So he traveled.
When we were out there in Denver, he got some stuff earlier that day.
Yeah. So he travels around for games. He knows a lot of people in the surrounding states as well. So it's not just stuff that's like coming from Denver. It's definitely he's going elsewhere to get stuff. Yeah. But then again, like, I mean, he's taken me on warehouse raids here in Denver for places that you never would believe that they were arcade games in these places. It's like, it's just some random building. Doesn't even look, it's not like a warehouse, just like some random building.
It's an IHOP.
And in the back of the IHOP, next to the dumpster,
Busters.
They've got like 60 games. Yeah. No, so he just has the connections really, and the network, and he's networked with the pin guys, he's networked with the arcade guys. So yeah, he's pretty dialed in, and he's been doing this for a long time. So interestingly enough, every person that I talked to, save one, when I said, well, hey, you know, like, what are you looking for price wise? Because I wanted to have, so like, it's like even like the Silent Scope and the Midway. It's like
the data points.
Data points. So it's like, so what do you want for them? And they all want offers. Yeah. So they're fishing themselves in certain respects. It's like, what are you willing to offer basically on these games? The Children of the Atom guy, he asked, well, he's like, you know, just throw me an offer. I'm not looking to get rich. So that, you know, that was that Z-back.
Okay.
So that, you know, I don't know, what would you guys offer on that? Out of curiosity, just throw that around the room.
$200.
Z-back with a working monitor.
Yeah, so 25-inch Z-back, blue in probably at least
that board's worth $150.
Yeah, board's worth
Like I said, $200 is like not too offensive of an offer. It's not like you're saying $20.
And that game was designed for a big blue.
It's a big I mean, it's
most CPS2 games.
It's a CPS2 cabinet basically.
Yep.
So
$200.
Yeah. So then the
there.
only one that came back with a specific price was the pole position. They wanted $550 for it, and I'm like,
idiots.
Yeah. Nope.
Nah.
Nope. Maybe if it's
welcome to the real world.
Yeah, and the pictures of it, they were in probably 6 to 7, 6.5 out of 10.
That is upright.
Upright.
Carrie got 2 for less than that.
Yeah. So I mean,
well, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's like I mean, I'm not interested. And actually, that one would have been a little bit of a drive. That would have been about an hour. I'd probably call it 2 hours each way. So it'd been a 4-hour drive. Amusingly enough, it would have been up the mountains too. So there you go.
There you go. So you didn't make an offer on the Children of the Atom?
I didn't make an offer on any of them. So I just thanked him very much for the replies and let them know that hey, I'll get back to you if I'm interested. I figure
we do a show every week,
right? I'm not looking. I don't really have room for any games right now. You guys have seen the garage, so it's like
you've got more room than I do.
Yeah, but it's already full. So it's like at this point, it'd be something. Shut your fucking cake hole.
I love you, Andrew.
Well, you have like a mud room off the back of your house, right? You
Yeah,
put like 3 or 4 games in there.
Mud room?
Yeah, totally.
You have a massive space between your arcade and your house that you can.
Yeah, there you go.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah,
That mud area, the close to the garage door. It totally works.
Above it, yeah.
Stop being such a pussy, dude.
Just pop the top in the garage. And put
Says
it in
the
second
man holding the
floor.
pussy.
Yeah.
Yep. Well,
That's
if you
one
can't
hairy
get
pussy.
it, let it climb on top of you.
So 4 games so far. That actually brings up another point too. So how often are we going to re-up the ads? Because in Craigslist you can renew or refresh the ad, which puts it at the top of the list. So
Yeah,
what's
just refresh them every single opportunity you get. Just
so constantly. All right.
Well, I think it makes you wait like 10 days or something. Like you can't do it every day.
No, it's like 5 days max.
Okay.
10!
I think mine, when I looked at it today, I had the opportunity to refresh it, and I just did because I was like, well, screw it, whatever.
Yeah.
But I was thinking that's something that as we're talking about this stuff, like you guys should do that because you're going to be on the 2nd or 3rd page, and it won't count.
Yeah.
You'll be
I'm doing mine right now.
Keep it going.
10!
What are you doing, Kat?
Before you pass it on to the
Farting
next
in your
person, Andrew,
face, you just don't know it.
I'm curious as to sometimes the want to buy ads will put a dollar amount like $500 or $100 or $1. Have you ever tried any of those other ones, Griffin? Or do you
know what? Actually, $500 seems to be actually a pretty good number to just put in the price thing.
Just to kind of catch their attention.
Ow!
I'm going to do 501.
Yeah.
$4.99.
Because
I'm going to put plus tax in there. Literally, like plus tax. See what happens.
I just wonder if some of the potential sellers are like, oh, this guy's just looking for freebies. I'm not going to waste my time.
Right.
I don't know.
Put 3 in there. Put 0.
But the dollar amount's not a required field for the ad, though.
No, it's not.
I know, right?
I didn't put anything.
Yeah, I
None
left
of us
mine
did.
blank.
Just like Griffin's, no dollar amount.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, all right. Well, so who else we got left?
I did it.
Yeah, Brad.
All right.
But I got one reply for a Mercs.
Have you ever done a want to buy before?
Hey, just to let you guys know, let me do this real quick. I got to go.
Yep. Okay.
I did not do the ad, so good luck, and I will see
Wait
you guys.
a second, Buffett. You're the last person to leave every show. You can't leave. Is your girlfriend there? She wants some Buffett, doesn't she?
I'm working on my latest pickup, and I need to go test the board.
Oh.
All right.
Oh, Oh,
So
Phil is
exciting.
on it next week.
The
I haven't
one
yet.
excuse other than women that
Yeah.
we will
Girlfriend.
allow.
Yeah, girls and
So-
games.
Doing a pickup.
That's it. So yeah, I got to get. So if
right.
not, I'll try to catch you when I get back. But we'll see.
All right, Buffett.
All right.
Have a good
All right.
one.
All right, see
All right,
you,
bye.
Old Bay.
Bye.
All right.
See you, Buffett.
Peace.
Old Bay.
Bye.
Yes.
Yep. Obey. Woo. Bye.
See you, dude.
All right, so we have an opening.
that's
so,
a fucking
Steve from
fruit
Drinkers
right
hopping in.
That dude's been the
Or Aaron.
Yeah,
That's
show
true.
for
Mac,
3 years.
too.
3 years.
All right,
Hey.
so
Oh,
All right, so yeah, so
Orange Whip, you were going to go. You've never done a listing like
yeah.
this before?
I have done. I've done 2 different listings. I've done by working or broken arcade games, and I've never received a response back. But I've also done an ad for monitors, working or broken monitors, and I have gotten a bunch of monitors.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of people who destroy
LCD.
original games and make them
Yeah.
into 16 ones up here. So that's why I put the ad out, because I figured, well, I can probably get a bunch of monitors for free, and I did. But for the games, yeah, I've never received any feedback before. This time, I think I might have been the first person to get a response, but I haven't got another response since. So I put the ad up. I think we put it all up on Friday, did we, or Thursday or Friday? And I had a response probably within 20 minutes or a half an hour of putting the ad up.
Wow.
And it was for a Mercs.
Okay.
Some 90s. I have no idea what it is, and I have zero desire for
but
it.
here's the thing, though. Did you get a picture?
Yeah, but there was
Let's
no
say
price or
you
anything.
don't get a
involved.
picture, and you ask for a picture, and it's like it's a dedicated Major Havoc, except for they swap the monitor and circuit board. You know.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. The only thing I did do is what I did was, because I had no interest in it, and so I basically did a search on Vaps to see if anybody else was interested in one. And there was a guy in Washington State who had it on his want list.
Wow.
So I messaged him through Vaps to see if he's be interested in it, but I have not heard back.
Yeah.
And I told the seller that. I said, well, that's a game that's not really in my wheelhouse, but I know somebody who's looking for one, and I'll see if he's interested in buying one. If he is, I'll connect you to. But I never heard back from the guy. So I like to do that kind of stuff too, just because then then I know this guy up here, I know the guy in Washington State. I did him a favor. Maybe that'll get returned someday in the future, right? So it's just a good networking technique. If it's something I have zero interest in, to try to pass it to somebody who does. But never heard back. So, and that's it. That one ad, like I said, a half an hour after I put the ad up, and I've never gotten another response since. But I just did renew it, like Andrew told us to. So that's me. Anybody else?
No responses.
And have you ever done them before, Seabart?
Never done a want to buy. No responses. Sorry.
I did it.
No dice. Okay, how about you?
Okay.
It's funny because I signed off last week early, and I have been listening once in a while to the show now from the iTunes, the podcast, because when I sign off, I'm listening to see what I missed when I'm driving.
Okay.
I'm not hearing my own voice, so it's fine. So I didn't even hear you guys. I heard you guys talking about this, and I'm like, I'm laughing because I've literally I've had an ad I've done it for at least a year and a half, 2 years. I got one response. And it was one. But in where I am, there's no classy games on Craigslist.
Yeah, it definitely depends where you are.
New style format of listing, and you had like a bunch of responses saying they had fire escapes for sale.
Yes. But actually, what's funny is I redid my ad with the picture, the same one Griffin has. So I have 2 ads.
Okay.
It's still no response. I think I might have had one for an asteroids, but I'm like, oh, sorry, I already have an asteroids. And I had one 2 weeks ago, and the guy left a phone number, and it was an incorrect phone number. It was nothing.
You got asteroids?
And
No, my dad does.
That does.
Can't even sit on the toilet some days.
Dave, you have to live somewhere where other people live.
Yeah. There's
For
nothing
it to
here.
work.
There's nothing. In fact, somebody just was selling an Operation Wolf, non-working or working a little, and then all of a sudden he added a Galaga that was a project. But I'm like, all right. So today he said accepting offers, and I said $200, and then he goes, oh, for one, sure. And I'm like, all right, I'll go $300 for both, expecting maybe something, or at least I wanted to see him.
Yeah.
And I just looked, and it says it's flagged as or listed as sold. Because I'm sure somebody got a boner when they saw a Project Galaga that they're going to get, whatever for. I mean, boner. But I'm like, but there's no you don't see any classics on at all. In fact, you see that Karate Champ. I bought a Karate Champ board. The guy bought the board and the marquee off of because Cousin Brian's. I have a Karate Champ now. I just haven't picked it up from Cousin Brian, which I paid way too much for. I told you already. But the guy, he stopped at my house because I have that piece of shit Midway. What's that?
What is that?
That piece, I have that same Midway game that Andrew was talking about.
That's a serious hand job right there. Just saying.
She'll pinch it off the shaft.
He will rip your dick right out of the socket.
But what Brad was saying about asking for monitors, the guy came over to my house because that piece of shit Midway that he couldn't get working for someone else, for a friend. He goes, I have one too, and the guy asked me to look at it, and I go, when I bought my piece of shit Midway thing, which I do like because my kids play it, it works. It's crap, but it serves its purpose. It's got the games on it, and I only paid my wife paid $175 for it from JCPenney in 06. So that's what we paid. It was like on clearance. And I don't think I told this before. So she gets it. I put it together, and like the volume button didn't work. The player 1-2 button wasn't working. And I think one of the joysticks wasn't working or something. So I wrote this nasty letter to the company, and then they sent me a new control panel. I'm probably the only one guy who's got spare parts for this. So I got a new control panel, and then I had a remote control for the TV that's in there to turn the volume up. But in the interim, I ended up taking the whole thing back and just exchanging it at JCPenney for a new one. So the new one works. Like everything was fine. So the guy that I bought the Karate Champ board off, I told him that. And he goes, are you serious? He goes, because I can't get the AV to switch. Maybe I can borrow that remote because it's probably programmed for the TV. So he was at my house, and we're looking at my games. But he's a 16-1 converter. So the reason I got the Karate Champ board is because he gutted the Karate Champ to make a 16-1, which he sells on Craigslist all the time. But he did tell me that he's got extra monitors. He goes, I do have extra monitors because he just guts them and puts flat panel computer monitors in there. But I mean, I asked him, I'm like, well, how much are you putting? He goes, I'm building these things for like less than 200. I don't know what he's actually accepting for the 16-1s, but he's listing them for like 700. And they're just painted black. They're nothing, nothing that I would want personally. At least if it was something just as a filler, I'd like it to look like the regular game with the side art. It's just got the 16-1. But this is just total generic black cabinet. But he makes money. He was a decent guy. But I thought about the monitors. That's the guy I got the NBA Jam off of too. But he gets stuff and we'll flip it. And then Gus is 16-1. But that's the only thing is the monitors. He said he had monitors. But as far as the ads go, it's been on there for a year. There's no inventory in Western New York, or at least on a Craigslist. But since I just came to me, we started talking about this. That guy bought the Fire Escape, and that he was an old guy, and he was placing ads in like the free paper. So maybe I think I just had a bulb go that maybe I'm going to place an ad in one of those free, it's called like the town of Amherst B, or this, because some of these old people still do not have. They don't go online. They're still looking in those freaking papers. So maybe somebody with a basement full of games you're not seeing will buy. I never look at the paper, but maybe there's a chance that if I buy arcade games, this is a person who doesn't go on Craigslist or whatever. Nobody. What are we looking at?
No, it's somebody
Sorry,
calls with my mic tonight.
I'm looking at a tit boner. Is what I'm seeing.
Let me look at this.
That's a really good idea. I'm already in my mind thinking what little like penny we used to have penny saver. Sadly, the one that we just went out of business.
Tit boner. It's a new word of the day.
But I think that's a brilliant idea.
It just came to me because my cousin Brian, when I was going to buy that whole lot, he's like, Dave, I just saw an ad for this. The guy selling the games in the Amherst Bee, and I'm like, that's the free paper. I'm like, oh my god, I didn't even think about that. You know, because there's still part of the population that don't use the internet or whatever.
Oh my god.
What is this? This is Andrew. I can't wait to see what this is.
Oh my god.
Andrew
Don't
is
do
coming
it.
back
Don't do it.
in the AO days.
I'm clicking.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Oh, God.
yeah. Post a full fucking link, a bunch of caps, and then do not click
Oh,
at the
it's
very
all,
end.
it's
Yeah,
all
good one.
horrible.
Andrew, you got.
I almost got sick a little bit there.
It's like the Sarlacc monster in Return of the Jedi, just waiting to get you.
Had the Sarlacc pit.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
That's
just a lot of
best.
unfortunate images.
Oh god.
It's all
Post these
What have I
pictures.
done?
This
I
has
think
died
it's time
for like
for
a
us to
year.
move on to a new segment of the show.
Yeah.
Ah.
Look at that shit. That is my.
See,
beer
that's not 3
Oh,
inches.
that
You
is
said
my
it was a
beer
3
glass
incher.
like 2 minutes ago.
Are you serious?
I went to pick up my beer glass.
Oh wow!
Griffin
What
needs
the
to watch
living
Creep Show,
fuck,
the
dude?
fifth
Yeah.
story.
I got a bunch of roach traps down in here. I think it's just
Dude.
one roach that keeps coming back over and over.
That's not a 3 incher. You exaggerated.
Yeah, no. If we're coming there and
Men
saying,
always do.
yeah, if we're coming there and
Oh, that was
Yeah, that's
three
great.
hashtag
inches.
2018, you need to clean that shit up. Ugh.
Yeah, I do not want my
And then
beer.
it made a noise.
Like this.
Living fuck, dude.
Ugh. Ugh.
Oh my god.
It makes noise like this.
You more stumbling.
I'm just
One
depressed
more.
now. Can we do the arcade
Wait.
walkarounds?
Dave,
Oh yeah, let's do
Dave,
that.
last week I said something similar. There's a lot of online classifieds too that aren't Craigslist, like smaller town ones, and I know a lot of people get games off of those ones. So it's not just papers, but there's smaller towns of online classified ads.
Tomorrow during work, I'm contacting all these little papers and see how much their ads are.
Talk to me. Talk to me.
Yeah.
Steve, you've been so quiet.
I think it's time for the next segment.
And Slack.
Yeah, so
Oh, I'm actually
was there
looking forward to
anybody
this.
else?
Chunk of time. There's people at Ramble, apparently.
Was there anybody else that did an ad that
think?
didn't get to speak? I don't think so.
I know
All right,
you are.
so-
What am I?
The next thing is we had a request from at least one fan. I think there was actually two people that wanted to see kind of a walkthrough of our arcades and also our storage areas, because my storage area is not something I can get to live. So a bunch of us have done that. We've walked around either our basements or in our storage areas and did a walk around of the games. And I'm going to say they're probably about 8 minutes on average. So I don't know how you guys want to do this, but
Well, yours
I think on average.
I'm very
Average.
excited myself.
Average. Yeah, exactly.
So
was-
this is the
I
first
was
time I'm going
in
to try
and out
this.
very quickly, if you know what I mean.
I'm using another piece of software to try to sync our videos into here so that everybody can actually see them live. So I'm hoping this is all going to work. So
Whip, I
here
think
we
you should go first since your background's always a black screen.
That's a great idea.
Well,
yeah.
You know, I mean, we never see any Whip. I don't think he has any games.
Not since he demonstrated turkey shoot.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I had
That
a
was the
few.
last time I remember him having games.
I actually did not shoot any video of the ones in my house because they're basically all piled up together. I did go to my storage and shot some in a windstorm, and the lights were flickering all over the place. You're lucky I even got some because it's already dark. There's like
Dance
maybe
party.
5 lights in the whole barn. So like I brought an LED light with me just to see if it would help, and it didn't really help that much. But
That's cool. Do you have cookies?
Let's
see it.
Are there chocolate chip cookies?
Right, I know. This is sounding kind of cookie.
So you want to see mine first? I'm just going to go in order of the ones I added.
I would love to.
Yeah, I know. Let's see you.
All right.
Oh man.
So let's see if the audio actually will work.
Oh, that's the cabin from Evil Dead, isn't it? No, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's definitely
So
stuff
you guys-
going on in that cabin or that bar.
Oh,
That's,
Do you hear stuff?
Necronomicon.
You hear my voice and stuff in it?
You guys said it to
You got to present yourself.
Yeah,
your soul.
Present it.
Can you hear my voice though?
No.
No,
I
No, I can hear your voice now, but not
not
the
in the
video.
not on the
Not
video.
right.
don't
All right,
really
well,
need to
we'll
hear.
commentate.
You can-
We'll
you can
commentate
just-
for you.
Commentate.
Well, I had us working before the bloody. I had us working before the show started.
You did.
Yeah, I had
Here,
it
I'll
before we
commentate.
started.
All I'm seeing is black.
Yeah, it's well. Let me go back to my webcam for a second. I'm just going to quickly see if there's something I switched off that I shouldn't have.
You don't really need the audio, dude. I mean, not really.
Well, I just. So that was just walking up to the barn. Here, I'll do it quickly again. That's just what the barn looks like, and that's my truck.
I didn't see too many arcade games, but you know.
No.
You know.
So then I do another one where I actually walk. So this is on the inside of the big door, and there's the LED light I brought with me.
It's fine.
So
This is a great.
So you guys can't hear. It's funny because it is showing the source coming up, but oh well. Because I'm talking in it right now. I'm saying stuff. So I basically share. I share the space with somebody else. So well, see, I don't know where it's going to go next. This is a little area I share with another guy who collects pinball machines, and so this is his little shipping area when he gets ready to put stuff out on location or whatever. There's like an F-14 Tomcat and different games there. So basically, the left-hand side. What am I showing? Oh, I'm showing the stairs. So there's a whole mezzanine in this place. There's a second level to the whole space. So it's actually quite large. It's probably like 6,000 square feet in total. So the left-hand side in the middle is all the other guy. And I'm basically on the floor on the right-hand side. So I'm just going to walk by some of the stuff he has. He has some EM pins and stuff.
Pole position.
I take a guess. I don't even know what's going on there. So he's got a couple of machines that are his friends that aren't really his. There's this anniversary game here, whatever. But I'll show you his major collection is EM pins. He's probably got like 60, 70, or 80 of them.
Oh, damn.
Look at that.
Yeah, and it goes all the way pretty much. It goes all the way to the back pretty much of pins. So there's a lot of pins there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, a bunch of pins.
Boring. No, just kidding.
Boring. So there's Ultracade, a Fisherman's Bait, I believe it's called.
Great controller on that game too. Spin cast reel.
And there's more pins. You can see the heads on the ground there. There's the Zaxxon. This is weird trying to accommodate it. And then I noticed here in a second, I'm like, whoa, wait a second. I didn't notice there is a Chex bubble hockey back there.
Bubble boy hockey.
And I've never seen that there before, so I'm going to ask him about that and see if he's going to sell it to me or not. Samba de Amigo, big Fresnel lens game with the maracas.
I see Children of the Atom right there. Yep. X-Men.
Yep, you're right.
Yep.
Final Fight.
It looked like a Double Dragon 2 or Final Fight. I couldn't see them.
It was a lethal Enforcers 2.
Lethal.
The Rattle Bikers and Asteroids.
You got Asteroids?
That's one I think he brought in for me he wants me to fix the monitor on it, I think.
Food Fight.
Then here it's hard to see that there's a Dig Dug. There's actually, I mentioned there's some games in there that are fairly rare that I'm not mentioning the names of them because I want to get them from him. So I'm not mentioning what's back there. And then he's got a bunch of other, like I said, that guy scares the shit out of me every single time I go there. It's like 6 feet tall.
Plus tax.
This is
You
a
need that for
US
your
classic.
Roadrunner, Gak.
Yeah, there you go. Beep, beep, beep.
So it's a US classic. It looks like it was in a track and field cocktail, maybe. This is a table full of monitors that I was going to work on it for the guy, but he could never buy the parts.
I totally feel like there needs to be a fridge full of cookies.
I was waiting for that.
Yeah. There's barely electricity in this place, so. And there's a bunch of racers and I think it was Hydro Thunders or skiing machines or something. Nice.
So this is still all his stuff. We haven't gotten into your stuff.
This is still all his shit, yeah. So mine stuff is like you can see it's behind it.
Boring.
Oh,
Boring.
he's got the FBI game. I've got a couple of those myself. No.
It's actually a Cubert. That is that's mine. That's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles I picked up for like $50. So I have the board set and everything to go in there.
With the mock configuration on the control panel.
Yeah, it needs to be redone.
Yeah,
That's do you guys remember Hung? He was at the Grinkfest.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that's
not Jim.
He has a few games in my space as well. So there's my first basic one. That's one of my pole positions. I have 2 or 3. That's my Satan's Hollow, Super Hang On. And the area behind there is usually my workshop when I don't have a shit ton of games in there. Yeah, that's my Satan's Hollow. I got that from Ken.
Ken.
Nice.
My red tent. That's the Crash I just picked up a month or so ago.
Oh yeah.
It's just dirty.
It looks nice
pretty good.
though.
Yeah, it's in pretty good shape.
Yeah.
It's cool. It was $100 as well.
Sweet.
Couple converted Nintendo cabs.
Sounds like somebody's
That's the Yeah, I have all the parts to make that another Donkey Kong, and then I actually just got a Play Choice board set in one of the buys I did too. So that's the wackos. My camera is also like really close up for some reason. Behind it is a Spy Hunter.
Do you have lights in Canada?
Just that one.
Yeah, but the
not in this bar. Pole position. No, sorry. Spy Hunter. Not pole. Turbo. It was Upright Turbo.
You should open up an arcade.
Oh, you're funny.
You bastard.
You said you didn't get
boxes of circuit
New
boards.
and box monitor.
PCBs in them. Is
You're
that what that is?
Yeah, that's only a small amount though. I have probably 350 of them at home here.
Circuit boards in new boxes. Gotta phrase it right.
Robotron.
There's my first Robotron, but it was converted. But I have everything for it. I actually have the 4-inch sticks and everything for that. Yeah, I have another one.
Oh, nice.
That's what all the boys.
Time. Arkanoid in.
Arkanoid. Taito cabinet.
Okay, that's a older Taito cabinet, like a flat top one.
Yes, it's got the rate.
Flat top titles.
That's
you make the rockin' world.
So that's in a Burger Time cabinet. So I bought it basically because of
what a weird conversion.
Yeah, and I bought the board set. Bought that for the board set. I already have a Burger Time board set I can put in there.
Hang on.
This game's Hung's. Yeah, and it's in a Tempest cabinet. This is Hung's as well. He bought that just to pull a 27-inch monitor out of it.
It was like track and field.
Neo Geo.
You got another Robotron there in the background.
Yeah, so that's a fully working Robotron.
You don't want that thing, do you?
Yeah.
All right.
I had 3 of them at one point, Mark.
He's a hoarder.
It's another.
Peter, we got a hoarder.
There's my light. It's another pole position. Another track and field cab.
Iris. Yeah.
I also have a lot of parts taken off them just from when I moved them in there, and I haven't put them back on.
Oh, that's a fun game.
Tin Star. Wow, that's a.
It's not a Tin Star anymore though. It's because it's look at the cabinet it's in.
Superstar.
You'll see. I'll show the bottom here in a second. Oh.
Oh, Zookeeper.
It's like an absolutely mint. Like there's not a scratch on it anywhere. Zookeeper cabinet.
You don't want that cabinet. Just send it to me.
Yeah, I have the FPGA that I'm going to put in it. What was this one? I didn't even see
Nice
this one.
monitor you got there.
Gyrus. That was Gyrus.
That was a Gyrus.
Yeah.
What's the text?
It's a Space Duel.
Tron,
Yeah, now there's no light. See, the light's out.
Ahoy.
Light bulb's out. So yeah, it's some Tron.
Oh, lucky
Flintstones,
eggs.
Lucky Eggs.
Oh, we're getting like
That's,
little
that's-
glimpses.
Cabaret.
Yeah.
And
Asteroid
Fridge Full-
Cabaret. Yep. Star Wars. That's the second Star Wars. The back of it.
the black version.
There's
the
the
dark
fridge
version
full
of
of
Star Wars.
cookies.
That's
Yep, and a fridge full of
Donkey
cookies.
Kong.
I feel like my video is going to be pretty good watching this so far.
I know, right? I'm feeling better about mine. Although all the stuff that I've said has been totally lost. It's going to be lost.
That's why I've never taken video of it, because there's no lights in this place and no windows. So it's like really hard for me to shoot anything.
Doors.
I see a joystick.
And the dead body in the corner.
Hey, what's that control
Oh,
panel?
by the way, this is Brad's parents' house, actually.
But he lives
That
with his
neighbor of
parents.
mine, that fucking bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Oh my God, that was so
Right.
funny.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the neighbor.
I did too. Good memory there,
She
Steve.
gets so pissed off about my 12 Russian Rock Alcatraz cockpits.
Fuck
in
that
my
bitch.
Mom, the meatloaf.
backyard. Oh,
Suppose.
He's in
Go see
calendar.
Tempest.
Missile command.
You can tell we're moving back towards the light.
Yes, exactly.
So
Going into the lights.
The cab.
oh, there's a Sente cabinet.
Mini golf. I love mini golf.
That's fun.
I was just
I
like
have two of
watching
them.
John's video, and I really liked it as a kid. I
So-
like mini golf.
Brad, most of these are working?
No, like probably 60-70% of them.
Mm.
But I have almost everything to make the other ones work. I don't have
Mini
space there to
golf?
work on them anymore. Yeah, another mini golf, yeah. So there's actually 3 rows of games, so I have to go back out here, and I'll peek in between the other guys' games, and you can see some of them. You won't be able to see all of them. That is my Warlords upright, I believe.
So this is your main storage, and then you have a container on your lot,
No,
right?
all the stuff that was in the container moved here. I have
Okay,
like
okay.
30 or 40. I have like 30 or 40 games in my house again.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah,
Under that black sheet.
that's why. Yeah, they're all kind of stacked up. So here you'll be able to see a few more. So Sight Bike, Mario Brothers,
Mario.
Joust,
Galaga,
Galaga,
Stargate,
Stargate's got a brand new monitor in it.
new old stock Williams pinball box.
Baby Pac-Man?
I'm trying to think what's here. I can't remember. Oh, I think there's my 2-player off-road is there.
Oh, cool.
A Baby Pac-Man, yep. Yeah, Baby Pac, and then there was a 2-player off-road. And then there's a track and field and a hyper sports and a Tato Cabaret sitting there as well.
In the next 5 seconds, Brad will light a torch and carry us through the rest.
Yeah,
of this.
right.
Like Indiana
But
Jones.
all I'm doing is as I'm walking out, all I'm doing was basically just saying,
Fuck you. No.
just basically what I have at home is I have 5 pinball machines at home. I have a 6th one is en route down in Tacoma, Washington, my Twilight Zone. So I got 5 pinballs here. I got 2 Asteroid Deluxes. I've got 2 Spy Hunters. I've got my Simpson is here.
Hey, orange balls. I'll have a box of those. Me a box of those naked lady teas, and give me 2 of those.
I
Give
got
me 6 of those.
I have a Sprint 2. What else do I have? Big Doug, Frogger, Paperboy, Battle Zone, Ice Cold Beer, Space Invaders, and I'm still missing. APB, Tutankhamun,
in a pear tree.
and there's still probably half dozen I'm missing. That's what I have in my basement, but they're hard to get to, so that's why I couldn't shoot any of them.
All right. Well,
So yeah, that's my stuff.
One time.
Well, you have an
Next
impressive
time,
amount
you
of
better
games,
be on your
Orange Whip.
game. No, I'm just kidding.
Orange Whip,
That's
I
why-
I wish you all the best of luck, and I hope you get most of those running and playable. You know?
Well, see, the thing is I'm not going to have all the games in the arcade at once anyways. So I have like the 50 or 60 that I know are working everything. That's going to go in there. That one's going to fix up and rotate in.
Yeah.
So I do not plan to all be in there at once anyways, because that would be way too much space.
Right.
But that's the problem with that barn. That's why I'm actually looking for new space now. I went and looked at the space yesterday because there's no lights. There's no area to work in there. It's terrible. It's good enough for storage, but it's not good enough for the next step, which is to work on stuff.
Yeah.
I will buy and ship you a case of light bulbs if that will help.
No, well, the funny thing is, Hung, my friend that was at Grinkfest, who has a few games there, he's a commercial electrician. The problem is that the building. Now I'm going to get it wrong, but when we first went in, we were told the power was wrong, like really low, and it was supposed to be 110, 120.
Yeah,
I think we went in there. No, I think we went in there. And I think it was like 93 or something. So like we can't even put more lights or more circuits or anything in there because the power coming to the building is shit.
Oh, okay, so
nothing we can really.
Barn's probably on a sub panel, so it's not
It's on a sub panel that's outside. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So we can't do anything about it. So it's one of the reasons why I want to get out of there. It's cheaper than hell. Like I for that space I pay $200 a month.
Wow, that is a good deal.
Yeah. So it's hard to leave it. But
yes, we can hear that.
Who is that?
Big dogging.
All right, so here we go. I hope the audio works, but we're going to go to the next one, which is Andrew's.
100th episode. We're
Oh,
supposed
no, this one.
All right.
current
sounds
state of our
good.
games and the
Do I turn it up?
Sure.
So I
Yeah, you
will
can
just
turn it up.
pass, talk about each of
And
the games.
present it.
Here.
Yeah, present so we don't talk.
Dedicated Circus Charlie.
Just present it.
Yeah, we got to present
Field,
me.
of course. Both these games, neither one of them has been restored. They're still in kind of rough shape, but yeah, coming along. Work on them eventually. Warlords. Shinobi in a classic Tato cabinet with the nice raised Tato coin door.
Taito.
Centipede Cabaret.
It's on top of the centipede.
Running the old Braze.
It's a little sign letting you know.
Namco 20th cabinet here, 25-inch monitor. It's only proper.
I forget what a coin door is called.
And all that stuff in this one, not just the sticker on the cheap ones. I've got the arcade SD in this guy, so running all the arcade SD games.
Nice.
Robotron Cocktail. It's extra dirty, but there you
Ooh.
Sexy.
go. One of the Red
like a
Tents
martini.
restored. Currently has Castlevania on this side.
With new dialed-in monitors.
Oh, nice.
And Gradius on
Those
this
monitors
side.
are beautiful now, I must say.
Yeah, they're very nice.
Pretty decent looking Major Havoc here in a Tempest conversion.
It's good.
Junk. Wacko. Star Wars.
Love Star Wars.
Hoverboard.
Nice.
By the way, P.S.
Forgotten Worlds.
Drool.
Yours is good in there. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Cubert.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
720. So this has been on my restoration list for a long time, but well, hasn't happened.
Still looks good.
Yep, it works. That's the first, most important.
That's Jack's #1 rule.
Exactly.
Cap the monitor.
Oh my God. The monitor so needs to be capped.
Fuck you, Jim.
Ghostbusters Premium. Star Trek Next Gen.
That was a lemon.
Judge Dredd.
That was a lemon.
And our 5-slot
Metal Man.
signed, of course, by.
He's like
That
Mr.
guy.
He's like Wilson and.
Oh, we got the
In
forehead.
this, we've got DK remix, junior remix, and DK3. So it's running all the boards that you could really easily run in this thing. I don't even remember all the things you got to do to switch boards. I think it's that one. So that's DK right now. Then that switches to junior. Then hold down jump gets you.
Hey, look at that, Gak, second place.
I know. You still got
JDD, I'm top. Did you see my score, fuckers?
Hold down
I was
2-player
number
and jump
1.
again.
Woo!
Oh, Jimbo, that was you first.
Yep.
Get you to
JDD,
3.
that's me. Yep.
There you go. So that's everything I got in here right now. So there you go. Oh, and
What a
so
pile of shit. No, I'm just
where I'm usually sitting. The high scoreboard as it sits right now.
I feel like we were just there.
I know, right?
No. So true.
Back kind of like this.
And this is where I play all the
There you
tentacle porn. No.
And VR porn
Oh,
with
bro.
girls with nice teeth.
Yes, exactly.
Woo! Hey guys, we're going into the garage. Oh wait, no, that's not it.
Yeah.
Whose is this?
That's Gak.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's gotta be there was a bike hanging from the ceiling.
Ladybug. I've never seen that marquee.
Oh, there's no audio.
Yak, are you talking in this video?
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Why did Andrew's work fine?
I don't know.
This one isn't.
Genetics.
Codex.
Well, Jack, you're gonna have to narrate.
Yeah,
Okay,
you
so
have to
that's the
narrate this
cabinet
shit,
that's
dude.
like Griffin's bomb jack, the weird bootleg. My Cubert, something was going on. I don't know. I wasn't gonna spend a bunch of time trying to fix shit.
Monitor needed a
It's-
cap
it's-
kit.
oh,
This one
Jesus.
has had the
Oh.
Q, so I got it. Yeah. It's like the coin, there's some kind of coin mech thing that happens with those.
Dazzler.
Dazzler.
It's his camera.
Yeah.
Lots of cap kits.
Frogger, got that from Man. So, Mike, see the colors are off again? Actually, I think all you have to do is like press on some the chips on the circuit board and it'll work fine. They just kind of wiggle loose. My Road Blaster's cockpit, I couldn't reach the power switch, but it's working. Sunrunner, haven't messed with it. Chiller, it stopped working at the end of CAX. I haven't messed with it.
God,
Pole position cockpit.
it's that damn cax.
I don't know, looks nice.
Yeah.
Roadrunner. I'm squeezing around shit that's on the floor.
Yeah, I really appreciate at the end of this, like you're like Roadrunner, meep meep.
Yeah.
Get out of there. Yeah.
So I have 3 Atari System 1 cabinets. I have kits for them. I just don't have the control panels. I have the circuit boards and marquees. I haven't messed with them. That's my super pack that
my
Jimbo,
plus-
you played
That
Eyes
was
and
my
that
template, that was my template eye.
Oh, yeah.
Spent a good 2 hours trying
Now
to
it
get
has
the
like one
controls
of those
right.
multi boards in it. I've got the RPi cage that I got the ROM set from Mikey that I still need to put in there. And I'll probably put the bit kit in there too, that same cabinet.
Yeah.
16 and 1 misc pack.
Play,
There's basically 8 games that are slower, fast versions. It's weird the audio isn't working. There's my Paperboy.
I know Andrew's worked fine, so I don't know what changed.
720.
Maybe
Dude,
I should be
actually
playing
have
these.
working games, believe it or not. I don't turn
Yeah,
them on that
nothing
often.
actually changed.
Right?
I don't know why it's not working.
Superbike.
I'll download all the videos.
CAX,
And
Special
I'll play.
Forces. It stopped working at CAX. I haven't messed with it.
Damn that
Hero in the
cax.
Castle of Doom. Yeah, damn CAX.
I know, right?
Hunchback.
Actually,
These are
I
all
am going to
Nintendo.
download the rest.
DK Junior
Clips
Remix.
of it.
Where'd you get
Donkey
those
Kong
where'd you get
Remix.
those toppers?
This whole game.
All right.
They actually gave them to me at CAX. It was awesome. So those are
Beer
my treehouse,
toppers.
my treehouse beer cans there, and those are my Moonraker beer cans.
And those are all
Also-
empty.
God, it's like I
Yes.
just saw this last week.
Right? Yeah. So there's red tent. I have not really adjusted the monitors.
Monitor needs
They
adjusting.
are nice.
That looks very red.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a red tent.
Bluish.
That looks all right.
That looks good.
non-working project number 1 with the Discotron joystick in it. Our Kung Fu, that was actually working, but I took some parts off it to get my other Nintendo cabs working.
Yeah, Kung Fu, really?
That's fun.
It's in a Nintendo cab. Hyper Sports, I have Track and Field and Gold Medalist and Hyper Olympics 88 or something. There's some graphics glitch going on right there.
Oh, yeah. He looks like he's in that thing from Dune.
Oh yeah, a force field suit.
Yeah,
force field suit.
That's about as nerdy as I get. I don't know what that thing's called.
Yeah, with my
that's right.
Pango and the Pango. I have Arkanoid and that also with the switcher.
Oh yeah, I racked up some good scores at CAX on that one.
That's Metal Slug 4 in a Jungle Hunt. Joust cabinet. Monitor needs rebuild. I'm lost.
Yeah, you don't do that.
Shit, Brad's upload speed sucks.
Pyro's also in a Joust cab. I'm going to have Toki and Rastan in that cabinet also. Forgotten Worlds. Carrie, that looks familiar, right?
Drool. Yeah.
Those are not on my server. They're not on my computer, Jimbo. They're on a server.
Wacko.
Where's your mark?
I'm getting like 100K download.
Tron and my little Tron toppers.
I uploaded like 3 meg.
Cool.
Jim, shut up.
Star Wars Cockpit with Empire Strikes Back.
You got a Star Wars cockpit?
Space Duel. That's my multi-vector project. Yeah, that Star Wars Cockpit is home use only, actually, Dave.
Oh my god! You got
Major Havoc in a Tempest cab. I got that at CAX this year.
Dude, you're a fucking baller.
Yeah.
Wow.
CAX got a lot of like weird games too.
So this one I just played it a little bit and just talked about how I've hardly played it since I got it. You know.
Couldn't wait to get it, and now it sits.
Yeah.
You gotta do a beer with it.
You know, I got it for $150 so many years ago, and then got the monitor rebuilt and the power supply rebuilt, and then it had graphics glitches, and then it wouldn't turn on, and I've just left it that way for like at least 2 years now because I suck. But just kind of do a quick overview of the games here, just kind of going back.
Jack, how many games are in that garage?
42-ish, I think. 40-ish.
Nice.
Somewhere around there. The 3-car garage.
Impressive.
I was going to say 3-car garage.
And so I didn't go to the storage unit, but I have a storage unit also, and there's 3 machines there too. And then my buddy, Tubular Gearhead, he has my Thief. He's working on that for me right now.
Oh, cool.
Well, if you only have 3, well, what else is in the storage unit if you only have 3 games in the storage unit?
Random shit that I need to get rid of.
Roll fire escapes.
Man,
Yes, right.
God, who the hell has got more than one fire escape? I have no idea.
Right.
I had an
Projects you're
open
gonna sell
spot
me.
in my arcade for fire escape, by the way. You just couldn't see it. All right, here we are, Carrie.
Hey.
That's me, not talking that you can't hear. Introducing my.
All right, first fail. You had your phone turned the wrong direction.
Yeah. So I showed the dogs. You could hear Dozer drinking in the background. I talked about how there's dogs, and that's where I broadcast from. And here is the Missile Command and Clax Cabarets.
Oh, we can kind of hear you.
Here we go.
Very sad, non-working iRobot.
Yay!
There we go.
Turn it up.
Turn it up.
Switching power supply because I am really sick to death with that power supply. And then Reactor, game I absolutely love. Got super lucky with being able to snag this one, and I absolutely adore the game, and especially the music. All right, going out.
The
And
end.
then cut to the garage.
And that was it.
Yeah, exactly.
I liked it, what I saw of it.
Yeah, thanks.
Where's the volume?
Show you was
There we go.
Pac-Man Bridge, which I had done with some overlays.
So awesome.
Loved the way
Oh, that's right.
that sets the stage.
Love that thing.
I like that. I could do that to mine. Shit.
That's really cool.
Big restoration for me. Didn't have boards. Power supply needed to be rebuilt. It was disgusting, and I won't go into all the detail, but I will say that I painted the sides and put on new fresh side art, but did decide to leave the little skull and crossbones that the original owner had put on because arcade game can have a tattoo. Can I say the 4900 here? Eye-wateringly beautiful. Great.
Jealous
so,
Gak.
Defender was the first game I actually brought home
Yes.
because I was waiting for the Tempest copy ship, and somebody's got a lot of Defender. And Karate Champ, always a huge hit at CAX. 1 year they had it next.
Do you have sole ownership of that now? By the way, just curious.
I believe I do.
Right there.
Okay, nice.
I'm saying yes.
Of what?
Gyrus, very loud
Karate
track
Champ.
mode. I do love my track mode. This one does come on, push it. I do love the music of it. Mortal Kombat, or the
Another great monitor.
Ultimate Mortal Kombat, which my
Did you
daughter
download in, Jimbo?
button masher, so I got it from her.
Both
And
of
then
these
for
I
me,
did, maybe.
Okay, maybe.
I have a J-Rock board in it.
Oh.
So I Robotron on a 25-inch screen, which is badass. So over here, it doesn't.
She has insulated
it's just not enough
door panels too, right?
When I had my
No, actually, but
It looked like it.
this was a huge hit.
no, not
Kids,
insulated.
adults,
It's just,
everybody
oh,
was
it's just
like,
the way that
All right,
Right.
so position 2. Hey, it works. Knock on wood. Hope it keeps working. Probably going to bring it back to CAX, which is where it died the first time.
Yeah,
Major
sorry, John.
Restoration on this one. It had no slide art. It was disgusting, non-working. I was super proud of this one. And that was my first big
That's
restore.
good.
Escape from the Planet of the Robot Monsters. Looking forward to getting a new marquee. Remember when I first got this, they had her
Awesome machine. I hate you, Carrie.
That is really cool. That's a really cool machine. Cool marquee too. It's all lit up.
Yeah, who doesn't love boobies?
Right, I know. Looking forward to getting new DVDs from Rich and Kendra.
It's a pretty fun.
You see how blue it used to be, and now how green it is now.
Black Widow. I adore this game. I usually keep this as Black Widow. I also have the board set and control panel and marquee for Gravatar, and I usually
That game's so much better than Robotron. I'm sorry.
Was that one of your homies only games?
I like that game too a lot.
Yeah,
Black
it was
Widow's
his
fun.
only Gravatar.
It's fun to play with when you have two.
It was an
We
Atari
need to
owner.
rebuild those
Guy who worked
fucking-
in
Alright.
Does it
Atari.
have a 6100 or amp monitor?
Games, Tales from
6100.
Twilight
Okay.
Zone.
I have no amp on it.
Comic books that-
Oh, look at those framed things. Those are cool from CAX. Or from
No, those are actually talking
Tales.
about they're Tales from the Crypt and Twilight Zone comic books, and then marquees.
Oh, that's
The stuff
cool.
actually from our
Which is my project.
stuff is actually behind the other games. So these are my projects.
Position 2, because everyone needs a spare pole position, right? This only looks like a Defender. It really
Wait
is.
for it. 2 piece of shit cabinets from Jack.
That it won't be that much longer, and it really
Right, yeah.
Cloak and Dagger.
So I was saying this is a cloak and dagger.
Oh, yes.
And make certain everything's working, and yeah, it'll be awesome. Cloak and Dagger's an awesome game. Tempest Project, because everybody needs a Tempest Project.
It will be making havoc.
A non-working 6100. Yay! Love those. I am bound and determined to get my
You
high
can't
voltage
possibly
working
own a
soon.
Tempest and not have a project at the same time.
It's
Hand in hand.
because 6100 is sitting on it, which is the old pitch and bat that I picked up for cheap recently, and I'm excited to get to work on that. Look at this, very cool. Anyway, yeah. First, I got to get the monitor off of it, so I can work on that. And then Forgotten Worlds. I think
Yeah, joystick for it.
that I need to just build, hopefully, just the control panel harness and get the wiring harness all done, and maybe I'll have a working Forgotten Worlds. A couple little projects more associated with that too, but
So where'd you find the
got that one
joysticks?
from GAC, and then also
I got those from a guy off of Facebook.
a
Okay.
Oh yeah, here.
zookeeper that I also bought from
Give
GAC.
a shout out.
GAC does my pre-shopping for me. He goes out, gets something, and then later on I buy it from him.
Yeah.
So I wish
I'll hand deliver them.
Yes.
That I like. So finally, the last project, because I needed more, that I'm super excited about, that I just picked up less than 2 weeks ago.
My big reveal
is a Cinematronics ripoff. And
good job.
of course doesn't work because I don't know how to buy working
You made it
games.
well.
And of course it's filthy and disgusting, but that just makes it more fun, right? So I'm sure I'm not qualified to work on it, but I am super excited.
It's weird how it has like 2 bezels on it.
Yeah, actually, it's very cool. And
So
a
thank
lot
you
of-
for
a
joining
lot
me
of
in the garage
pictures in
and
between.
for doing this.
Just say it. There's a lot of dead spiders.
So yeah, there you go.
Yay.
Yay! Yeah, right above that doorway is actually where my Nat glowy sign is. I just kept trying to trim it down. Oh, I'll show that. It's Joel. Joel, wake up!
Here's like the ultimate edit right here, right?
Say something.
Joel, you wait.
Wait, Warlord cocktail, all original, never touched. In fact, I don't even have keys for this thing. I've never even opened it up. Got it just like this, brought it home, plugged it in, wiped it down with a bit of Windex. Boom, Bob, your auntie's uncle's living lover, and that's
Andrew
it.
says, fuck you.
Off we go over here to Tron. This one's actually up for trade right now. I put it up on the old Cloveroony to see who wants to come and give me some goodies for it. Had some interesting offers, but nothing I've bitten on yet. Really nice condition. This cab came in like this. Again, just needed a little bit of cleanup, a little bit of touch-up. All original. The artwork on it is just, it was real nice. It's got some of the obvious sort of little cracks and bits and pieces here and there, but no repro anywhere on this machine. So that's actually a real nice Tron. Got lucky with that one. 720, this is the restore that I did about 3 or 4 years ago, top to bottom on this cab. All the artwork has been redone on that. Joystick completely rebuilt.
Nice.
LEDs
Leans a little to the left, it's right-handed.
Yeah, I'm not going to replace coin bulbs more than once in a lifetime. I really like the way this machine turned out, and I am horrible at this game. Moving on. Tapper. My third tapper, but this is the one that stuck around because it was the nicest one. I'm going to try and zoom in. You can see how nice the bezel is on this. Like no flaking or bubbling anywhere.
Is that a repro that you got on that?
No, that's CP on it. It's not gleamed at all. It's nice and brown. So that's my tapper. Across to Joust. Brought this one in a couple of months ago. It was converted to a Neo Geo. So I have the arcade SD board in there right now. And I'm still halfway through building the control panel because, as you can see, there's a complete lack of sticks.
You stick your finger in there and wiggle back and forth.
Shop.
Hey,
so I'm in the process
no sticks, no chips.
So I'm going to put them in. I'm going to replace the arcade SD with a 19-in-1 and use that for the Joust.
Whatever's handy.
Because, like I said, it's already converted to Jammer, and it just wasn't worth the work to go back and try and redo the entire wiring harness, find all the boards, blah, 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 blah. Robotron. This is the Robotron I paid way too much for when I was impatient about 4 years ago, but I mean, you've just got to have this game in your arcade. Probably one of the best games ever made, I think. Also horrible at this game, but it's just too good, too good.
That's why he's the NAT champion.
CP's in pretty decent shape. Overall, the machine's not bad, but the sides of it have all been painted and retouched up. It looks, certainly not up to my usual standards. Bomb Jack, everyone knows this restore. Hey, Star Wars, what's up? Thanks for chiming in. Yeah, Bomb Jack. I worked with Rich a lot this whole game to put the art set together, and of course, you can find that on his website now. And buy that and build your own Bomb Jack. Kick-ass game. Most people have only seen it in the 16.1, but this is a dedicated Tech-On board running in there, so you can get all of the original goodness. Got the TV going up here. Got a Chromecast plugged into that so I can stream the movies to it.
No tentacle porn.
Full-size Outrun. Great condition. The plastics on this are all really, really good. The shaker motor fully working, and none of the usual cracking or splitting that you see. I picked it up pretty much in this condition. The only thing I've had to do on this is rebuild the monitor because it was all a bit janky at one point. But
Jack would have passed on that one.
Right.
Feel, beautiful condition, really nice cab. It's been restored top to bottom, so I mean, to be honest, it's not like collector's quality or anything along those lines. But it's in real nice shape, real clean looking. No side art on that though. R2-D2, a little Yoda up there. Got my Star Wars goodies up on the wall, and of course the Star Wars Pit of Cox that I restored. Again, if anybody, you guys following the Arcade Icons website, then you'll know all the trials and tribulations of putting this together. But it's got the 25-inch ampliphone in there, and overall came out pretty nice. I'm pretty happy with that. Roll around to the pins. Got the Ghostbusters premium pin there from Stern. This is the one that's got the magnetic slingshots in there, and it's got the subway ramps and all the goodies. Super fun machine. I got that about 6 months ago from Keith, who you will know from this podcast. Podcast? Not really podcast, is it? Anyway, Medieval Madness LE Remake. Number 284. Picked this up probably just over a year ago now. Love this game. Love it, love it, love it. Haven't really had to do any mods or anything to it. Such a beautiful playfield. It's so well set up already that you really don't need to go spending tons of money. The only thing that is worth doing on this is converting the LCD to the full color version, but I haven't done that yet because
I can't tell. Is that one
like
LED or not?
to do it? My prized possession, my
is it LED now?
I love this game. Love it. Can't stop playing it. Never gets old for me. It's got some nice little bits and pieces there. Got Uncle Fester in the electric chair. We got Lurch behind the bookcase. The bookcase decals and thing decals back there. And it's got actually a polycarbonate play shield on it, so it runs fast, this game. But it's in pretty nice shape. Love that machine. Hope I never have to get rid of it for any reason. Swinging around here, we've got Donkey Kong. I'm running the Donkey Kong Remix board. In there, this was the first cab that I ever restored and stays in my collection. I don't think I could ever get rid of it because I don't think an arcade is an arcade without a Donkey Kong. Cubert. Got this cab in this condition. Yes, it has got the wrong joystick on it. But apparently the cubic joysticks are horrific anyway, so I'm really not hurting on that. It's got the repro side on it, so it's not, a perfect restoration. But like I say, I picked it up like this, plugged it in, never had to do a thing to it, so can't complain about that. Got my Zookeeper over here, bought this from Kalen, so it's still got some of his ridiculous high scores on it that I never stand a chance in hell of beating. But it's in nice shape. Went ahead and put the Phoenix Arcade vinyl kit on here because the cab was pretty beat as far as the artwork is concerned on the sides. But now it's sort of a real nice clean machine. Works out well. Is the infamous Dragon's Lair that I got from Zhao after him trying to fix it for 6 months and couldn't. So I picked it up off him and I plugged it into the wall and it worked. So obviously he was doing that part wrong. I did a full restore on this, top to bottom, all of the replacement vinyl, the nice textured black vinyl on there, replacement CPO, replacement side art. And to this day, it has worked pretty much perfectly. So
yeah, I've beaten it many times.
Of course, these things can die at any time. Timber with no lights in it, because there's actually no light fitting at all inside this machine. I've got to try and put one in. Don't know what happened there. I picked this up when I picked this up in a pair with the tapper over there that I got, and bought the two together because the owner didn't want to sell me just the timber, so I had to buy the tapper as well. Sold my old tapper because it turned out the one that came with this one was way nicer than the tapper I already had. Overall, really nice shape, this machine. I love this game. I think it's like way more fun than Tapper. Street Fighter 2, Turbo Hyper Fighting. Nice rebuilt monitor in this. The whole cab was built from the, well, not built from the ground up, but fully restored from the ground up by a fellow CLOV member. He did this for me because he wanted to trade it for a machine I had. So it's got the, I don't know if this is the competition sticks or competition buttons, or you Street Fighter.
It is.
No, exactly. The specs
Griffin
on those.
has never played this game.
Yet another game I'm horrible at, but damn can I slap them buttons. And then finally, this part of the lineup wouldn't be Griffin's Arcade if it didn't have a Paperboy in it. This is the one that I recently converted from a championship sprint. Fully redid the whole sort of side art on this, went through the cab top to bottom, did the slapstick repro security chips made by Colin over on CLOV, and that enabled me, along with a set of ROMs from Steph, Hobby ROMs, to create a fully functional and working Paperboy. This is the repro control panel, the metal from Vegas. That guy out in Vegas. And then I'll just cruise back here so you can get a better view of the whole arcade. You look up, I've got my crazy Little Mermaid lighting on the top there, so it feels like we are under the sea. I'm pretty happy with the way they came out. And just the whole general ambience of the arcade sort of works quite nicely with all that going on.
Candy
So
machine,
got the candy
and
machine
popcorn
there.
and hot dog machines ready.
Yet.
want them packed and full.
Got my little beer fridge down here. Some nice stools, bar to hang out at, to watch the movie.
Thanks you for showing your stool.
Generally chill out.
What?
And then
No
we
VR
got
porn to show
over in
us?
the corner over here, got a microwave for popcorn, another fridge for the fancy craft beers, which is empty because I don't have any fancy craft beers right now. They're all in my belly. All right, that's the arcade.
Okay,
I'll
maybe you
just
don't suck
run
so
out
bad.
to the shed, take a quick run around there, and show you some of the stuff that's in the workshop.
Oh my God, this isn't over.
Okay. Okay, so here we are in the workshop part as well. So I just give it a little bit of a quick whiz around here. Got all the stuffs going on and junk and the tools. Just in the middle of the thief control panel.
Oh,
This thing was drilled to shit. It was so
That's
badly
insane
done.
how much work you're doing on that.
That thing was a piece on the bottom. Got that all ready to go. So
That thing's uglier than my Marvel Madness control panel.
and that'll go on the thief cap. For anyone who's been following that on Clove, then you'll know everything I've gone through to get this thing back to looking anywhere near decent. Then the bits and pieces and projects. Got a bit of space here. Got one of the old Griffin barrels ready to go there. I don't know what that is. It looks like an old 6-in-1 board sitting there. We've got a nice space stool going on there. And then I got a nice Arkanoid. This was done by Mano Man.
Yeah, try to beat my high score on that one.
In there. So hard I can't play it. That's what she said. Yeah, Space Duel, real nice. That was an H2O unit that I picked up. She sold to a buddy of mine.
Wow.
I got the laser colored engraver going on over here. The laptop and everything set up. Just a small one. Does little project stuff. And then in this space here I've been cleaning out, I've got a Maslow CNC unit that just came through from an Indiegogo Kickstarter that I funded way back. Was one of the backers for it. So that is all going to get built in there. It's going to be a vertical CNC, and it'll do up to 8x4 inch panels. So that should be pretty cool.
8x4 inch. Wow, that's pretty big.
All the bits and pieces. Got some spare laser
panels that small?
Various PCBs. Got some old Williams
Smaller than a
stuff
dinner plate.
around there. And this is what we'll come back to maybe. All kinds of goodies and stuff and pieces. I think we've all got these. City Connection up there, working board. That's a project that I hope to have done by Nat in San Diego next year. So, see how that goes. All right, that's it. That's the shed. Bye.
Woo!
Oh, where are we at now?
It's back to GAC. No.
Yeah.
Arcade drawer.
Oh.
Man.
The door there. It's the middle of the day.
I don't remember that fridge.
Make it look a little darker in here for everybody. So there she is.
It's awesome.
Dizzy.
Oh, you have you rearranged your candy cabs. Oh, Mike's muted.
Over here on the right.
Mike,
First
where are you
cabinet
muted?
is a Sega New Net City. New Net Cities will support high-res VGA. So you can run like Naomi.
It's like Frozen.
Inside of that natively.
Oh, yeah.
I've got a Tato Type X multi.
God, that monitor's beautiful. Look at that
Running in it.
picture.
It's kind of actually sitting outside the cabinet at the bottom there. But
I mean, those, I gotta say, the machines are awesome.
the next to that is a
It's just past
Sega
my
Astro
time.
City.
I just don't get it.
That's got Shinobi in it. Shot of some of the stuff above.
I like that Sega sign.
Yeah.
Definitely need more on the
Scoreboard.
walls as they get above over
Pepsi
here.
sign.
A little bare.
Food fight, you bastard.
As time happens. So in the corner
That
here,
is the one I was working on, by
I've
the
been
way.
babysitting a pin for the last year, a Rob Zombie for a friend of mine. And I finally took it back to him on Saturday, so I have a hole in my lineup now to put another game in. So Food Fight, Super Hang On, Miss Pack with an arcade SD board in it.
We all do our mispacks.
Yeah. Qbert. Qbert has a J-Rock.
I'm kind of like freaking out a little bit. It's like a little too dialed. I need like a bunch of shit laying on the floor to feel comfortable.
Robotron. Robotron's also running a J-Rock.
His monitors look amazing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe it's his camera.
I mean, Griffin, your stuff is
or
up there
something?
too.
Turn your lights off.
Pretty dialed.
They're all LCDs. They look really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the games. Oh, and I can't forget. I also have.
He clearly needs more projects for me to trade him for a nice food fight.
Well, he said he has a space.
Hey,
Yeah.
look at the gyrus cocktail.
Yeah.
That's
Look at that every day.
cool.
Yeah.
I've never even seen a gyrus cocktail.
No.
I don't think I have either.
He picked that up not that long ago.
Yeah.
Maybe a
Oh,
month
look at
ago.
that.
That's pretty
That game
cool.
actually works
Yeah.
quite well in a cocktail format.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's
Then
cool.
over here, I have just a TV. I got a plasma in here in the garage, set up with some consoles. Mostly that's for when my son has friends over. They placate me a little bit, play some of the games, but then mostly come out here and play Xbox One and
So I
PS4.
don't know if you guys caught this, but none of them have a
So
track
what
mode.
I'll do here real quick
like
is I'll
sounds.
put the lights on
Yeah.
so you can get a
Mine don't either.
No, yeah.
you can get a shot of everything with.
I could see it in an apartment. You know,
Yeah.
show it piss off the neighbors.
And I turned mine off for a
It
while. But
depends.
All his coin door bulbs are working.
yes.
Right.
Beautiful.
I'm just going for that.
Right?
It looked great.
You guys are easy to please. it
Attainable
sounds
goals.
like.
That's right.
Good monitors and coin door lights. All right, I got you beat then. I'm good.
Dude, he's so organized.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
PCBs.
Jesus.
Is there any dust in that room? Are you dusting everything?
No, this is how Keith organizes. It's like to the
Jesus.
T.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I just throw shit everywhere.
I bet you it's not, there's an ashtray. I was gonna say, I bet you it smells really good in there. There's an ashtray. Do you smoke out there?
He's not even in the fucking chat or in the room now.
Yeah, we lost
That's
him.
too bad.
Yeah, I had a computer problem, it looks like.
So what he's not showing you is if you walk outside that garage or on the side of his house, he's got like 80 projects just like getting soaked in the rain.
Oh.
Okay.
With the tarp over it.
You know,
Yeah.
Man, oh man, was a solid dude. I bought an RC car off him, and he mailed it to me.
Nice.
Oh, dude, the thing goes 20 miles an hour. He put it on the radar on Sunday at work.
Hey, that Moon Patrol,
How
that Moon
funny.
Patrol is pretty awesome. I know the
Hey,
guy who
that
used
super
to
hang on.
Thanks for checking it out.
Cool.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That is pretty cool. I haven't seen
Yeah,
this.
nice line,
I've
for
seen
sure.
parts of it, not the whole thing.
Oh,
look at all these.
Hey, wonder where we are.
Oh, he's jacked up.
Prevented dough, which I've talked about a lot. We've got Miss Pac-Man with Mark Spade's 4-in-1 kit. That's Pac-Man regular, fast and slow, and Miss Pac-Man, obviously, fast and slow.
Hurry up, you
Marble
only got like a minute and
Madness.
a half left.
We've
That's right.
got Eyes, one of my favorites. And then Cheyenne, which I finished up here this last spring. And then we've
Nice
got
going.
my recently restored Super Hang-On.
I
And
love how
then,
light it is.
we've got my Toki project right now as it lies as of today in a Robotron cabinet. Long ways to go on that one. My red tent, I've got Dr. Mario on this side and Super Mario on this side. And then last but not least is my Mega Touch Ion Evo.
Jeez, man.
Evo is the model,
LCD.
and Ion is a hardware. So there it is. This is my apartment as it lies. So 8 games if you include the Mega Touch, and 9 after Toki's done here.
I like my dirty teacup.
All right, so here's my storage unit,
Oh,
and I did all TLC, so it's actually a little bit more open. But starting over here, I've got Simpsons project that just needs to be restored. It works. This is Mr. Do that was thrown into Warp cabinet, so that'll be a big Warp restoration.
Green though.
Centipede, Cabaret. I know these games are facing a while, so I'll just name them off there. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Desert Assault Cabinet. That was my first game. DK Jr., my Green Frogger. Speaking of Frogger, here's another Frogger cabinet. That's my Final Fight. I just pulled the monitor, and I sold the PCB, so I don't know what I'm doing with that cabinet. Tetris in a Dynamo cabinet. And K7000 tube. 8-liners monitor, basically a 19-inch monitor with a universal chassis. It's kind of a piece of shit, but it works. And then tube swap candidate, bunch of extra parts. I've got some what I've got here, some chassis, joystick parts, a coin door, some T-molding, bunch of paint, bunch of shit. And then this is just extra storage stuff. And then extra CompuVen shell and bunch of CompuVen novelty machine parts. Yeah. So there you have it. If you don't count Final Fight, looks like 7 games or so. And actually, it looks like there's room for at least a couple more cabinets. So
yeah, woohoo! Right?
Turn them sideways.
I did a lot of cleanup on that one, on that storage unit before I shot it.
Kangaroo.
A lot of stuff in the trash.
Oh, is this
Oh, it's a slideshow. Nice.
This Gleek's place, right?
This is Gleek's, yeah. So there's the first one's his basement, and the next one will be a storage.
Where's Gleek at, by the way?
Where's that hairy asshole?
Yes.
That's the ass, not the actual hole.
Millipede. Frogger. Millipede.
He's got the extra tall red tent conversion. So that makes the red tent like super tall.
Oh, interesting.
So he's got the leg extenders.
That's behind Millipede.
He's got cornhole Gleek.
He does.
Yeah. It is. You're right.
Makes me want to spit in his cornhole.
That's the Gleek's
that's a
game.
Gleek's other cornhole.
That's no, and he's got these and he's got the amps for 40 gigs for the speaker system.
Woohoo! Well, once I figured the audio out, it wasn't too bad.
That was this whole place. That was everything.
That was everything, yeah.
Cool.
All right, so who's doing
somebody
it live?
Unless somebody uploaded something to the FTP.
We're going to do a couple live, right? So
yeah, we got a couple live.
Mock is going to do it live, and Seabart maybe do it live.
Naked with his Devo hat.
Naked.
Exactly, like live nudes, which is always better than, say, dead nudes.
Let's start with the shirt, Mock.
Here we go.
I want that super hang on or super off-road.
Oh, I'm gonna throw up.
Oh, Pac-Man's got a Devo hat on.
Yeah.
Cobras.
Wait, Steve, what's on the wall that you're facing? What's like if you keep going
thing.
left? What is the?
What's that?
That's where his bar is.
So
bar.
Yeah, spin around.
That's where the bar. Go to the bar.
Show us the whole room here, buddy.
Yeah, you gotta do a slow pan.
Oh, the bar over there in the corner. Nice. Oh, and you got the Aurora Borealis ceiling.
Yeah.
And a movie poster for the best movie of all time.
Best movie of all time.
Little China. I love Big Trouble.
We got,
ding, 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 ding.
we got it's hard to see, but I got a Lancer from Gears of War over the door there. Speakers in the corner. All the corners have speakers all around the room. So
and that's for your main cabinet?
Yeah. All the music videos that play on the screens here.
Seeing this room just reminds me of all the gay stuff we've done in there.
Oh my god!
All the cum that's on the walls.
All the black lights.
Good thing. Yeah, that Tron doesn't have black lights.
That's wrong. So my main cabinet plays probably 300,000 games. So let's go through each one of them to show all the
Just show the control panel again.
Right? That's ridiculous.
Put the steering wheel attachment on it for us.
So as you see, too, I have the 3 pins. Everybody's seen them in the background. I got the Whitewater and the Medieval Madness remake with the color DMD on
Oh,
that,
nice.
which is real nice. Griffin's got to get that on his because that's a must to have on that. It's really cool because it's a higher detail than a normal DMD.
Otherwise, you're an imbecile.
Yeah, I have the LE, so I don't need
tosser.
But it is a pretty cool upgrade just because the detail on the LCD is really cool because it's a higher detail, and also a color DMD in the Tron, and the Tron is like a Pro, but it's made to be almost a limited edition, I guess.
Yeah, but you have the LED DMD in that.
Yes.
Which looks, I've seen that in person. That thing looks badass.
Yeah, it does look
It's got
really
even
cool.
more contrast and.
Oh, it looks incredible. It looks like it was meant to be in the machine. It looks like it should have been factory. Yeah, those things look incredible.
And I swear to God, this is not a negative commentary, but like, aren't all the colors in the DMD, even the color one, like basically blue and white?
Oh, I know. No.
So it's like funny to see like a color DMD in that machine when it's like it's all the same two colors.
That's what I thought too. But there's other colors too, like gem mode. There's like the extra green stuff, and then what is it? Clue is like there's yellows and blues.
But I swear to God, that was not like a negative thing.
No,
It was
I
just,
thought that too before I
kind of a
bought them.
funny
Like,
thing,
the
yeah.
Tron's all blues. The whole color DMD going to be blue.
Yeah.
But no, they mixed it up with some other colors too. So.
And so Mock, the
God.
topper on your Tron, that's custom made
yeah.
also?
Right. Yeah, I made that too. I probably should show them.
Yes,
I'm not
of course.
see it.
Show your
So
shit.
cool. Yeah. As opposed to show your junk.
Oh, I'm gonna throw up again.
Show us your junk.
Show us your junk.
Let's see this.
That should be the title for this show.
Yeah.
Show us your junk.
Show us your junk.
Write
Junk.
that down.
Done.
Yeah.
It's hard to see,
Episode
but,
100, show us your junk.
Eventually, one of these days, we're going to sell it, but Keith's so busy with like 27 different projects. I don't know when we're ever going to get to it, but
Damn you, Keith.
I know Keith. I have like 3 toppers that we've done just like that are all ready to go. Just, just it's one of those things. So, but yeah.
Sorry for the topper. Like what's? I mean, it's hard to tell. Like what's featured on that? Like what is the topper?
Let's see.
Is it like light cycles? I mean, I see it's like a disc. It looks like.
Yeah,
It gave them the plate.
It's as Cobra. It has somebody throwing a disc, and it has 2 light cycles over a grid and the city in the background. It's kind of hard to see from the video. It looks way better in person.
Yeah.
But
I can't wait to see it this spring.
Yeah, you guys will see it.
It doesn't look good. I've seen it in person. It doesn't look good.
So yeah, I've had a couple people already hit me up that
But I
want to
heard
buy
it's
one. So
cockroach free.
it's cockroach.
Nice.
Ouch! I've never found a cockroach in this room yet, so thank God.
In my
We're
beard.
all gonna be dancing la cucaracha. La cucaracha. Ya no puede caminar.
Tú no puedes nada más.
Yes. Capire tiene, capire salta, una pata para dar. Power goes. I fucked it all up. I'm a
That's my
gringo.
wife who speaks Spanish.
La, da, 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 da.
Anyway, that's my space.
Nice.
Hoping to get another machine soon, so we'll see. Keep my eye out.
Robot Ron.
I'm looking forward to invading your private space in a few
Yeah.
months.
Yes.
It'd be fun to have everybody over. So anybody else left?
Yeah, Seabart.
Seabart.
Here, I'm unmuted. Yes, I am.
The man bringing up the rear is just like we like him.
All right.
Boo, boo, boo.
Dude, you may want to turn that down. Your parents making angry.
That ain't me. Okay, Jim, enough. So, Space Ranger, it's actually running Green Beret. I can't reach the switch to turn it on, and I can't reach the volume, so I can't
really operate it right now. Track and field. This thing was a piece of crap when I got it. It was converted to a fighting game. So Griffin's control panel, that's pretty much what that looked like before I filled a lot of holes.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Starship One.
This man fills holes.
You've got more holes
Just
than
Before you put your wiring harness on backwards?
Yeah, shut up. Shut up. And it was only 2 wires. It was only the plus 12 and the ground, or plus 12 and the 5. It only blew up 4 caps, so
not important.
Starship One, the board, I'm pretty sure works. However, I go to fire it up.
Starship One took a number 2.
Yeah, more or less. And God damn it, Jimbo.
I got poop jokes. I got them.
Yeah.
We know you have poop jokes.
Yeah.
But the flyback, or sorry, it's not flyback, and it's a microwave diode, black and white monitor. But it's putting off toxic amounts of ozone. So I have to replace the monitor. This is going to be Missile Command, but just ordered hopefully the remaining parts tonight.
Hey,
I'm still
nice
looking.
shirt.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
I always love.
He's rubbing his wiener.
Is that
He's rubbing the wiener.
Hot dog's wiener?
Yeah.
Wait, we had this conversation. The hot dog doesn't.
It's a bonus mustard.
So yeah, so that's it right now. I just finished ordering the parts. I'm still missing the 3 fire buttons. I have all the bezels. I have the start buttons. I cannot find the fucking buttons that I need for the fires buttons anywhere.
The Atari cone buttons.
Yeah, like I was able to find the bezels. Everybody has bezels, but no one has the actual buttons.
Are they the same that might have been used on Space Duels?
Not sure about that.
Are they the volcano buttons?
No, they're volcano.
Yeah.
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 But
somebody
LED
reproed
They
those,
will
didn't
make
they?
you erupt.
Well, no, they've reproed the cones, but not the
Yeah.
actual
The
buttons.
cone.
Oh,
yeah.
not the
Yeah, not the
actual
LEDs.
What kind
buttons.
of cones you got there?
Yeah, the LED cone, the LEDs for those things. That's a bitch.
Cakes.
Has to
Look, I
be fucking warlords.
I got most of the control panel ready to go, except I forgot one freaking hole. And with the tracks, of course.
Famous last words.
Yeah. And of course, there had to be a joystick hole, or joystick put in right where that one freaking hole is. So now I have to drill through my patch. And
happens to the best of us.
where the 4 bolts that held on the joystick that was over that hole, they drilled right on the edges. So where you see that painter's tape, actually, if I do this, you can kind of see. So I gotta do something about that. So that's gonna be an interesting one.
Yeah, chewing gum and spray paint.
Yeah.
We don't do things half-assed here in Canada. I'm sorry.
We don't have chewing.
They do them full
Chewing
ass.
gum then? Is that what you're trying to say?
We don't have chewing gum or spray paint in Canada, Joel. So we're out of luck.
And other than that, up there, that's the track and field PCB that I fixed
That's his
after I
TV
blew
that
it
he
up.
watches the news on.
That's the Hellfire marquee PCB, and I can't read. Oh, CPU, something or other. That was in the Missile Command cabinet. There's also a spare 19-inch monitor up there. And the drawers is pretty much like it's my EEPROM reader writer, eraser. Nope, that's in the bedroom.
Ah, okay.
Next to the lotion,
man. Yes, next to the lotion.
Next to the lotion and the box of tissues. If I
Yes.
No. Toilet paper, one-handed unroll.
Oh, that's right.
Oh yeah.
that was in your bed last time we saw it.
Down there, that's the my junk pile and the main board. Yeah, I never got around to fixing those 2 sprinklers. Also down there is the trackball parts because I have to rebuild all the bearings. Were
Impressive
seized.
size trackball, by the way.
Oh, just enough.
Yeah.
Nearly a 4-inch.
Right now, I would love to be working on shit, but I have a dead body on the table I got to work on, and yeah, when that thing went, that one smelt for hours.
LG.
Yeah, that was problem 1. LG.
Who's that?
Over here is the Telstar, spare track molding. Jesus Christ, T molding, and I think that's about it for all the arcade stuff. When I used to broadcast from the basement, that's the 50-foot focus. That's the 50 feet of Cat 5 I used when I used to broadcast from the basement.
All schooled up.
Everybody needs a 50-foot roll of Cat 5, or sorry, Cat 6.
Cat 6, yeah.
And the mess that is called my room. So
you sleep.
Yeah, that's my day bed.
The deflated real life doll on the couch.
Oh no!
Oh,
you have a bed anywhere?
Why is it black?
You got Amazon. You got the Patch Kid on order.
So I'll get to our California.
What's black?
It's a jacket. Those with a disco ball.
It's inside out.
Why is it so tiny inside?
Holy shit,
guys!
That's funny.
Hey, that's what we're here for.
Yeah.
And, in the very corner, and in the right behind there, that metal box, that's going to be eventually the controls, so I don't have to. So I turn the games on without having to reach behind and shit.
Hey Chris, what do you keep in that pizza box down there?
That was
What kind of
well,
storage?
that was dinner today. It was the leftover half that I never ate yesterday. That's dinner tonight.
Good food safety right there.
Tasty.
Yeah, nice.
Grandma's
With a fork? Oh my god!
This is a buffet tool.
Again,
This is
note
a buffet tour.
like this.
You're an animal.
It's cold.
Again, note the lack of presence of any cockroaches.
Oh. It's a good thing you're not in Southern California.
I literally have no food or anything anywhere in this garage. I don't know what
That's
the
because
fuck
you've got
that little
6,000
thing's been
cockroaches running around your
living
place.
on. It's been living on. He's
You truly have quite the cockade.
Oh shit! Yeah, try eating some of those. Lots of protein, I hear, in cockroaches.
Maybe he was living in the pit of cocks.
Well, Crafty's not on, so he can't really chime in. No.
All right, Mark, we need the sound effect for La Cucaracha music for next week. Every time we go to Griffin, shot of Griffin, we need the music. Yeah.
It needs to be the El Vato, like a horn version too, not like the actual song.
Yeah.
Air horn version.
That is like the grossest thing that's happened in a long time.
No,
I want to take this time to do an advertising to our sponsor that we don't have yet, but
Right.
I'm hoping to. Never
All
too
right.
hungover.
The savior.
Yeah.
How are they not sponsoring us?
Please
I'm gonna grab my
I know.
before you drink.
They don't appreciate how much business we send their way. We have to keep working at it. Whenever you buy any, be sure to put where it says how did you hear about us? Be sure to put us.
So
that's Griffin's goodbye music now.
Like the cleanup music on your main machine.
It's like
if you had one.
Porkies.
I don't know about you guys, but
I have to rename it the Roachcade now.
Nice.
you guys refrigerate your never too hungovers because I highly
course.
suggest refrigerating them.
I do
Yeah,
not.
I refrigerate mine.
They taste way better.
Yeah.
Right?
I thought you were supposed to.
Well,
Hey, has anyone had a blue one?
I actually watched commercials from
I still have
YouTubers
four.
that take these, and they all say the company actually suggests refrigerating them. So
Yeah.
It doesn't taste
because I hide mine.
Oh, you do? Is that why?
Alright,
Yeah.
cheers, buddy.
Otherwise, I would. They do taste better refrigerated.
We'll do it together.
All right.
Can you
Get
believe
yours
I
open.
took my never too hungover 2.5 hours ago?
Yes, I
Gotta
saw
do
that.
another one,
I
buddy.
really
Time for
did
number
that.
2.
Yeah.
All right, Jack. Cheers.
All right, Mark.
Oh, I
Cheers,
stopped
buddy.
after my double pancakes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to sign off as you all are toasting with the Never Twos. I have an early morning. I think they're trying to get on. So this was fun. Happy 100.
Happy 100,
guys. Big
Happy 100.
Big kisses to you guys, and we'll see you next week. And
See you at the bicentennial.
Farewell, I'll be there saying goodnight. I
Bye.
have to go and leave this pretty sight.
Here's to another 100.
Well, next week. That's fucking great.
You gotta add that to your
I don't
sound
even need it. I
effects.
don't even need it now. Now you guys have it.
That's like Griffin's, like, battle cry.
Freak's got his Devo hat.
Oh,
I gotta get my Devo hat.
Oh my god.
We are so close to a gag laugh right now.
Hey guys. Oh, you get
that the fucking deflated blow call.
You fucked that thing flat.
All right, fuck you guys. I'm logging out to go to bed. I hate you all.
Till the next time we get to make fun of you.
We lost it.
All right.
This is like fucking Marco Polo.
Yeah.
Shut up, bitch.
That's our new China, the new China tune. Griffin lives in San Diego. Wait for it.
All right, happy 100, guys. 100 more, okay?
I'm crying right now.
100 more, we're also going to need a liver transplant.
How about some more beans, Mr. Taggart? I'd say you've had enough.
69 dudes.
All right, so let's end on a laugh, right?
Yeah.
Sure, why not? Well, Gleek just popped in here. We already showed your pictures.
Yeah, you missed one. That's fine.
Yeah.
He's all watching that.
No, you guys just missed one. I have about 30 games, so you only saw about, I don't know, 10 of them. 10.
I just searched through what I could see there. That's all I found.
It's fine.
Next time, do a fucking video like everybody else.
Yeah. Next 100 video. But I got something like 1 minute quick to say about that ad that you guys talked about earlier.
We can only give you 45 seconds.
Yeah.
All right, 45 seconds.
I was kidding.
Good. And 40 seconds of samples, right?
Let me start queuing them up.
We're gonna need some.
No, so I put it out too.
Well, I'm
Same
still
as
having
everybody
one more
else.
beer, so fuck y'all.
Oh
The residual second version.
It's like one
version.
pitch higher.
I like it.
You gotta add that to your sound effect.
All right, Gleek, all right, please.
It's fine. It's just a simple one. I got one reply back, only one. I didn't put any text or phone numbers or anything like that. Just a random obscured Craigslist email they go through. And it was a good hit, actually. It was weird. It wasn't like some of the stupid ones you guys got, like, spam and, jokes and stuff like that. But I don't know if Blasteroids is a really good game by, who's it, Atari, I think? 87?
I think it is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm actually negotiating with the guy to It's just it goes back and forth every other day. So I might actually have a Blasteroid soon.
I've seen them a couple
Actually,
times.
I enjoy that
I've never
game.
played one.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to play with 2 players.
Yeah, I
like
actually
Fun
have
Space
a
Duel.
but it's been the forever project for 3 years and never been finished. So
Yeah.
Blasteroids will take its place, I guess. So
Yeah, I mean, so it's like Space Duel. It's like you can play it by yourself, but it's a lot of fun to play with 2 players.
yeah, so yeah, that's my
Like
one
sex.
successful hit.
Really,
Yes. Yeah.
better with 2, or like Warlords, it's better with 4.
It's always good to have a
It's
partner.
just-
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just different aliens and points and scores and color, and it's not vector, so
Yeah.
I think I've seen a couple of those.
There we go.
That's a nice looking cabinet. What other games? Did other games come in that cabinet? It reminds me a lot the control panel of Escape from the Planet of Robot Monsters.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Well,
It's real similar to like
the
a lot
control
of
panel
later.
sticks way out.
Very similar.
Other than
control
the
panels.
marquee. Yeah. Okay.
A lot of those
It's like
later
Atari
Ataris.
System 1, Rolling Thunder, Paperboy, Champ Sprint. They all had a very similar shape control panels.
I mean, really, in the shape of the cabinet, it's not that different from like like Vindicators and stuff like that too, where that
Yeah.
large bulbous top.
It sounds like a
Bulbous.
hemorrhoid cure.
What?
Blast those roids.
You got
Yeah.
Blasteroids? Nah, but my dad does.
Yeah.
Can't even sit in the toilet some days.
Some of the similar situation, like Jim. I'm in the condo and my so I pretty much have room for almost like one more game.
I spent literally like half an hour cleaning up my storage unit and rearranging stuff so that I could like walk in there, and then I'm like, holy shit, I have more space than I thought. I could fit like 3
fill
games
this shit
in
up.
here. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I
got
went there.
pretty excited.
I went to my storage unit tonight to drop something off. It was too dark, so I couldn't videotape anything. But I put my Puyan in there. So
You got a pretty good deal on that too, didn't you?
like $100, 150, original, working, everything. So
Yeah, that's a good price for sure. Big.
but I picked up a Belly Senti before John fucking Arcade.
All right.
It's funny how he just stole the limelight out of that. I'm like, holy shit! This
Yeah, there was one near
You-
me
no.
that was Hat Trick was the game for
Mhm.
300, and it was probably 2 or 3 weeks listed, and I was like, meh, maybe I'll go 200 on it. And then my buddy Adam, he locked in a deal for 200, and the guy like messaged him an hour later and said, "Oh, sorry, sold it for full price."
Wow.
That
Yeah.
was like the day after John's video.
I kind of get a kick out. I get a kick out of that shit. It's like he kind of goes with the flow. It's like, hey, you know what? Like 2 years ago, you were fucking talking about how you would never have anything newer than like 86 or whatever.
yeah.
And now you've got all this other shit. And someone says something good about a game, and then all of a sudden it's like your idea that, hey, I'm starting the interest in this. I'm like, he's going through that walkthrough, and he's like, I've always loved Galaga 80. I'm like, fuck you, dick. And then he's like, and then he goes to Cheyenne, and he's like, I've always wanted an XD shooter. I'm like, yeah, I got you beat, dickhead. Like, it's just like, you totally are wishy-washy when it comes to
poor John.
He's so wishy-washy. Like, he totally is into the fad, whatever.
Yeah. In a way, he's kind of like, I guess most of us. For me, for the most part, when I randomly see something on Craigslist, I jump at it and go for it. So it's just timing. I've been looking for a belly.
That's his thing. I think.
Okay, you're right. For him, it's YouTube views and all that. You're right. He's more of a showsman. So yeah, you're right. But a belly. Let me just say this to the Belly Senti account is those cabs don't come up very often. So when I saw one in Cleveland, Ohio, I ran to get it. So
I've got like 2 or 3. I have like 2 or 3 mini golfs, but none of them are in original cab. They're all in Miss Pac-Man cabs.
And mine came with a golf, not a golf game. Mini golf's awesome. Like Dave was saying, oh my god, that mini game.
Yeah, I've got 3. I've got 3 mini golfs.
Picked up.
I've got a few other control panels.
Yeah, that little card that like plugs into it, the main board.
Yep.
So I picked one of those up on eBay for $40. I figured it was worth it just to have another card.
I actually messaged John after, because when I got mine, I did research on it, and like he was asking during the thing whether or not you could, burn ROMs forever, and you can actually burn any game onto any card as long as you know which ones will fit on what. And when I found that out, I found that out. I actually went to eBay and I bought like every single one that was on eBay, but I was getting them for like $10 a piece. I was buying like bulk stuff, so I've got like probably a dozen of those.
Yeah, but they were saying something with Chicken Shift. The amount of ROMs that you have to have the board that has more, like, I don't know, 14.
No, you can because you can double the size of the chips and put 2 on one.
Yep, because everything. Go ahead.
I gotta go. I got.
Bo, you clocking out?
It's
All
it's
right.
quarter after 1. I gotta.
All right,
So.
play your exit intro.
Quarter after 1. It's 2 o'clock.
Let's call this a wrap, and we can continue.
Yeah,
chatting
it's late.
If you guys want.
I'm glad I fit in. You guys were busy all night.
Hey.
That's what I say.
All right, Gak, do you want to call out the people?
All right, so well, first off, I love all you guys. I've had a lot of fun with this, and I want to keep it going. I don't know if we'll make 200, but who the fuck knows, right?
Yep.
If we do one more show, we've already bested everyone.
Yeah, one more show, we will be the longest running live arcade podcast.
Did anybody figure out how many years the show's been on, or how many months?
This one maybe 2.5 years.
Was it 2014 we started?
2014.
Well, the live YouTube part. Let's see.
Well, we did it for 6 months before we did it for 6 months before we recorded it.
Yeah. So what was our episode 1 for recording?
Yeah, I gotta do like episode 1.
First week of July.
First week of July of 2014.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think we started the new year doing the show, so that'd be about right. 6 months. Yeah.
So we should actually plan on a 2014, so we can do like an annual party as well. So July 14. I can't do that. That's my fucking anniversary.
I go to Grinkers during my anniversary.
Best anniversaries he's ever had.
Oh no!
I'm not the only one that,
a little early.
the only one that didn't answer the question of the favorite moment of the show. And I think my favorite moment was when Zhao joined us that one time, and it was really cool hanging out with him on the show.
I missed that one. That was before I was on it.
Yeah.
I think it was the only time he's ever did it, right?
Just at once, yeah.
Yeah.
So July, as far as the thread on KLV, July 14th of 2015 was the first.
It's our first episode on YouTube is July 8th, 2015.
Oh,
okay.
I was just going to say it's wrong year.
Yeah.
I should know that because 14 was the year that I was incarcerated, and 15 was the next year after.
T-Bar was born.
He was a year of the incarceration.
and that first one,
Closure.
On July 8th is actually streamed, so that's actually the day we did it.
July 8th.
And we ended at 12:16 a.m. that night.
Well, that's an early one.
It's an hour and 36 minutes.
Yeah, that first recorded episode was super awkward too. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So like 2.5 years then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we've all been hanging out since our
I'm still
outside.
standing.
That's a long time.
I feel like it's not like we don't give a shit about people that listen to this.
We do.
But we don't give a shit about people.
We do. But it feels like it's more like we're just hanging out,
That's
it's like friends hanging out. Chatting. We just happen to be recording it, right?
Wow, I'm looking at episodes. Episode number 24 is 5.5 hours long.
Oh my God!
Early.
We're still going.
It must have been on
There's
that
another
one.
There's another one that's 5.5 hours long here too somewhere.
Yeah, we got some.
There's another one that's 5 hours long.
We could last a lot longer when we were younger.
28, we went for 5 hours.
Yeah, the one that's 28 is 5 hours. It's Carrie Spreads It is the title. I think she was doing Bondo for the first time. So I call it Carrie Spreads It.
Oh, that's not a fun experience for anyone.
Carrie
episode 5 was over 5 hours as well.
I think we had a 6. We had a 6, or probably it was that 5.5 one. But I thought we had a 6 one.
Fuck.
We probably stood on for.
Must have been a holiday special. All right, kids, I'm out. I'll catch you guys on the Slack.
Yeah, it's time.
Yeah. So thank you everyone for coming on and hanging out with us.
100 fucking episodes. God damn it.
Any shout-outs with the chat crew, Gek?
Well, if my vision works. We had Steve W. That's Steve from Albany, I believe. We had Steve from Grinkers. Brian Trover.
Luwap was in.
Luwap was there, yes.
Yep.
Who else?
Mike Martin. Mike Martin was the one that I had my good laugh that night. And he said he's listened to every single episode, so amazing.
Jesus Christ, I'm sorry.
Mike Martin, come back and visit us on episode 101 next week.
Come on the show.
Why not?
Orange Whip, send him a link, please. I'm too drunk to remember. Hopefully you will.
I'll remember.
Mike, that'd be awesome to have Mike Martin on the 101. And who else? We had a Crafty Mac, Aaron Reed. Well, fuck you, Orange Whip, or whoever it was, right?
Fuck you.
Yeah. Let's see here. Anybody else I'm missing?
Brian? Did you get Brian?
Mule was in there. Brian Frober, I said.
Chris Dorr.
Yeah, there was Chris Dorr, is that his name?
Who's
Not
that?
sure who that is. Jeff Hageldorn, whoever that is.
Yeah, he was in early.
So
I was with you guys all night.
Yeah.
You know something? Dagnut gun? Dargun?
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, that's hung. That's hung.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And Gus. Sorry, I forgot you, Gus. So Gus should hang out with us one night.
Yeah, you should.
Come on live. So, all right. Well, again, cheers, everyone.
Night all.
Cheers. Good night.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for watching us.
Bye. I'll be drinking.
Goodbye.
Night.
Take care, guys.
Bye.